out this way, I'm told. I expect this to be a really good game, particularly if Longford can get the start that apparently they got last week against Longford, and you can talk more about that because you were here. But both teams are pretty confident at the moment, so you should be, really. I reckon we're in for a really good game. Fairly good crowd about. There's quite a strong southerly coming over my shoulder now that favours the northern end to the ground, which from a broadcast point of view is pretty handy because that means the play's going to be the right end of the ground for you guys. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good game. Your thoughts, Dave?
I think it'll be a terrific game, Tony. And yes, that breeze, you can probably hear it through our FX mic and our mics here on the balcony on the grandstand. Yeah, it's went quiet there for a little while just before the game started, but right on cue, of course, just as we're starting to broadcast, it's starting to whistle through our mics. But yeah, it's an unusual breeze here because oftentimes it favours, it's a northerly breeze which favours the southern end of Longford Recreation Ground, but today it's that southerly breeze, so the northern end, I think we'll see a fair bit of play here. We've got some debuts today, Tony, for South Launceston. We've got Lachlan Harris, Ethan Arnott and Oliver Freeland, three young players debuting for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
And as far as milestones are concerned, we've got Oliver Chugg, number 39 for Longford. He's on debut, the son of Patrick, and the Chugg family, of course, got a great long relationship with the Longford Footy Club. So 50 games to Oliver Chugg. Grooves, good afternoon to you. Our stats man this afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, David. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to this as well. After what we saw here last week, the way Longford came out with that real intensity, if they can come out with the same sort of ferocity today, this should be a ripping game.
Absolutely. Tony, you just turn around because the toss is taking place. And you might be able to tell us who won it.
Longford has won the toss and they're kicking to the northern end with the wind. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'd say it's around about a 5-goal breeze, but it sort of fluctuates a bit too. So, like, it's quite mild just here, but back there 10 metres it was quite strong.
Yeah, it's a bit fluky. Connor Alexander, they won the toss to number 25 for Longford, and they're going to kick with the breeze in the first quarter. And they're kicking to that, as I said, that northern end of the ground. Well, Tony, we'll hear from you during the day.
Yep, no worries. I've just got to say, though, that I was in the Longford rooms just before the game, and one of the things they had up on their notice board to pre-match meeting, fast start. Repeat last week, basically, from what you were saying.
Absolutely, Tony. Yeah, they got off to a good start last week against the Blues, and they continued that form through the game. Just fell a little bit short by under a couple of goals. The other games here this morning, in the under-18s, we had South Launceston 17-12-114. Defeated Launceston 3-4-22. And the reserves, it was South Launceston 12-15-87 over Longford 4-1-25. And in the women's competition in the NTFA Premier League, it was once again South 19-17-131. Defeated Longford 1-1-7. So a clean sweep there so far to South Launceston. As I said, Max Walker, who'll be our special comments man. He's been umpiring the reserves, the women's today. Bruce, you did a good job.
He did a great job, I think, yeah.
So he'll be with us in just a moment. I'm sure he'll refuel. I reckon he'll have some sort of burger or something.
You'd want something to warm up a little bit, I think, before he came up here.
So changes to the teams this week. Longford from last week's team, of course, they lost Dylan Headland. I had a chat to him before the game. Just a couple of injury worry there. A couple of niggles. He doesn't think he'll be out for very long. Groin injury was one of them. So he's a pretty key player down in defence there for Longford that they'll miss. And coming in is veteran Sam Graham. I think it's nearly 40 years of age, Groups.
Yeah, I've heard, yes.
So he's coming into the side today. Big man, so he'll have a role to play. I've heard the coach say today in the senior team. It's been a while since he's played in the ones. He's striding off the ground now towards the bench. And a couple of key players out for South Launceston, including Matthew Lee, who was one of their key goal kickers. He's not playing today. So we saw Lockie Cocker last week kick, I think, a dozen goals or so against Scottsdale. So he'll be a key forward for South Launceston. Tone, what do you got for us?
Matthew Lee apparently did his shoulder at state training or state training.
Right.
So having the game off to recover.
Okay, so hopefully he'll be back fairly soon. Longford players have broken up and they're going to their various positions. South Launceston now breaking from their huddle. And they'll be defending that breeze advantage that Longford will have in that first quarter. So it won't be easy for them. But really impressed, weren't we, last week by the Tigers, Scroogs? We thought, they've been battling a little bit against, the North Launceston in the first round, and we thought it might be one-way traffic, but they were really impressive.
Yeah, no, they stunned Launceston a little bit, I think, and I think they probably had more scoring shots, if I can remember.
They did indeed.
So just a little bit unlucky there at the end, but no, great. That'll give them some real inspiration to go on with things now.
So, Longford Recreation Ground here this afternoon. City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thanks for your support, along with Brew Coffee Hut, our other sponsor for our sports broadcast here on City Park Radio. No tornadoes today, but they are playing this afternoon or this evening up in Launceston against the Eltham team, so we wish them luck. Hopefully they get their first victory in the NBL1 South competition. All's in readiness. The umpires today, Andrew Hingston, Ollie Pye and Steve Tregurtha officiating. So we're underway here at Longford on City Park Radio and the Tasmania Premier League's NTFA live stream. Holt tries to take possession. Tackle laid there on the South Launceston player. Yeah, another ball up. So number 83, young Thomas Munting starting in the middle. He's been really impressive so far this year. Clark Williams and Madden, who's in the short sleeves today, go at it. Been a slightly high tackle, or tackle without it, says the umpire. Tom Graham will take the free kick. He's been so impressive this season. Graham cruises off the mark, kicks towards half forward, tries to find a target off hands. Off defence working well early on. Chain of handballs. Get it up to the wing. Casey Brown takes the mark. So impressive last week. One of the goals of the year. After 4 bounces. Kick towards half forward. They're looking for Dakin. Clears his head. Punched out of bounds by Seb Page. You get a reset there. Left half forward for Longford. They have the breeze in this first quarter, which we think is probably worth 4 or 5 goals. And as I said, you can hear it in our microphones. Chilly up here as well. We're hoping the sun stays out. Just does take the edge off it a little bit. Boundary throwing. Clark Williams at Madden. Williams at tap. Brown works his way through. Caught in possession. Gets it back again. Caught a second time. And will be caught holding the ball. No, umpire says give it to me. We'll have a ball up left half forward for Longford. Of course, these two played off in the premiership last year, with South taking away a couple of goal victory. Curtis gets it to Brown inside 50. Chance here for Longford. Sitzma can't take the mark. Charlie Taylor, left foot snap towards goal. Reese carries it to the left. One behind, first score. Longford 1 behind, 1 point. And South Launceston yet to score. So Ollie Woolcock-Davis, as he usually does, takes a bounce. Cruises out of defence. Kick into the breeze up towards the wing. They take it away now here to the Bulldogs, here towards Farrelly. Good spoil from behind. Picking up is Gatenby. Handball over the top. Player caught, holding the ball. Free kick south. It's going the way there of Lucas. Sam Lucas kicks to the wing. They rise high. Hubbard was in there, couldn't take the mark. Longford player caught with the ball. Umpire says holding the ball once again. And this time Brendan Taylor, second game back after a pretty bad facial injury. I think it was round 1. We called the game where his nose was pretty much splattered over his face there. A few weeks off. Munting now. Kicks towards full forward. Over the back. Cocker couldn't take it. Towards the boundary line. Gatenby sees it over. It'll be a boundary throw in. Groves inside 50 so far.
2 to South Launceston, 1 to Longford.
Okay. So this is where South will want the ball, if they can, for a lot of this quarter. And we're defending that breeze. It's blowing towards the northern end. So cool southerly. Ethan Arnott in the ruck on debut. Gets it straight there to Casey Brown. The direction of Lucas. The players want out of bounds deliberately. I says throw it in. So pretty much near the paint of 50 for the Bulldogs. It's going to be an interesting day. I don't think we're going to see a lot of open flying footy in these tricky conditions. Clark Williams, tap. Once again sharking it to Casey Brown. Kicks it up the wing, bit of a chaos ball. Trying to take possession there was Charlesworth. We've got a free kick now going to the Tigers. In fact, it's a ball up, beg your pardon. Madden takes it from the ruck contest. Out here in the direction, though, of Graham. He kicks it off the ground for the Bulldogs. To half forward. Faraday, little handball. Can't find connection. Over the top. Here it is now with the coach in Curtis. Kicks sideways nicely to Charlie Taylor. Taylor should probably go long here. He does now towards half forward. He can try to get it to the advantage there of Mitchell Bennett. Can't take possession. Sitzma's there. Bulldogs defence works it out. Cleared out there by Tom Summers. We find Tom Munting. Handball straight away now to Towns. Towns in the middle. Cut off by Hubbard for the Tigers. He goes wider. And the mark taken there by Gatenby. Tom Gatenby kicks inside 50 looking for Sitzma. Off his hands. Chance here for the Tigers. Bouncing ball towards goal. Bouncing towards the goal face. They can't get it through. That was young Brad Wicks there. Try to take possession. It's a rush behind. So one behind apiece, 5.5 minutes into the first quarter. Groups, so what do you got for us?
3 inside 50s each now. Free kicks, 3 to South Launceston, 1 to Longford.
Over the head there of Murfitt. A bit of a contest there with Seb Page. Jake Murfitt caught his opponent high. So it'll be a free kick. Going the way of Munting. Tom Munting. His players leading left, right and centre. Plays on now. High kick holds up in the breeze. And taking good mark in defence there for the Tigers is Deegan Madden, the ruckman who's dropped back. Long penetrating kick here with Jake Murfitt. Prime position to mark and he does. Charlie Taylor runs through him. 45 kick will be chopped off. Well read there by Logan Smith. Smith kicks back to defensive goal square. Finds Tom Foon. Brother Jay played last week. Gets it to Holt now. His kick there looking for Alex Towns. He finds him on defensive 50. Towns now takes off. Kick holds up once again in the breeze. And nice mark taken by Logan Smith. He's got people running for him. Decides to go for a run himself. Streaming down the wing is Brendan Taylor, who takes the mark. Plays on straight away here, looking for Farrelly. Also in pursuit there is Lockie Cocker. They do it pretty well, Farrelly. Left foot snap towards goal. Which way will it bounce? It's touched, I think, on its way through. And another behind for South Launceston, who lead now 2 behinds to 1 behind. The Bulldogs taking out the previous 3 games today here at Longford. Quite convincingly. All the pass out of defence is overcooked. Holt sets on goal. Ball just fades away into the heavy breeze. Now it's a contest near the behind post, and it will be a ball up. The breeze just lifts in intensity. Young Ethan Arnott in front. Oh, he's cannon into there by his ruck opponent. No free kick. Kicked out of defence by Alexander. Bounce over the top. Lucas might just rein it in. No, he doesn't. And it's out of bounds.
It's a free kick there.
Yeah, Scrooge. I thought the same. There's St Pat's boy. Young Ethan, a cricketer as well, from the state cricket team, underage. Bounty thrown underneath the light tower. Right half forward for the Bulldogs. They lead 2 behinds to 1 behind. Front position, Deegan Madden thumps it away. Out here in the direction of Tom Graham. Munting tries to pick it up, out of bounds. AFL underway today. Adelaide and Collingwood, doing battle at the MCG, and it's a 5-point lead at half time to the Magpies. With the rain over there in Melbourne. So most of the play today has been on that far side, the western side of the Longford Recreation Ground. That's where we are now. Madden takes out of the ruck, releases the kick here towards Sitzma. Can't quite take the mark. Loose footy now. Charlie Taylor places a free kick. He's got it now. 60 out. Charlie Taylor open goal square. He'll bounce through with it. No, holds up. Bounces on its end. And then goes through for a behind. 2 behinds apiece. There's a quick kick out of defence. Finds Summers. It's to a teammate in Tom Graham. Right half back. It's along the boundary line. Finds good connection here with the ruckman Clark Williams. He hands it off straight away. Lucas under pressure, not a great kick. Here's Taylor weaving out of traffic. He kicks inside 50. Up there towards Cocker, who takes them out. Lockie Cocker. Right against the boundary line. 40 metres out. Kicking into the breeze. You wouldn't think he'd have the distance in him. His eyes are darting inwards. Perhaps pass that he can connect with in a better position. He's going to settle now on a shot. Lockie Cocker, pretty good form. It's the first couple of games. Close to the man of the mark, kicks it to the goal square. Not bad. Nice to mark there to Farrelly. But it's punched through for behind. So it's a bit of a soccer score at the moment, groups. 3-2.
3-2.
South Launceston leading. What do you got for inside 50 wise?
6 inside 50 for South Launceston, 5 for Longford, 3 clearances for Longford, 1 for South Launceston.
There's a mark taken out right on the boundary line by Lloyd in a different Guernsey today. Joel Lloyd, he had the 11 on last week. I think he's got Dylan Headland's number. Got Sitzma now at half back. That's a gutsy kick here looking for Gayton, who takes the mark. And Tom Gatenby kicks to the wing. Searching kick looking for Hubbard. Holt's there though. Hubbard wins out. He's got 3 against him. Has to release the footy. Does so. Beautiful spin by Munting. Gets it back to Page. Smart work by Page. Sideways kick. Gets it there to Lucas. There's a free play in the wing, Tom Graham. He's had a bit of it so far. The youngster. Kicks towards the scoreboard. Along the boundary line. Cocker couldn't take the mark. Good defensive play there by Casey Brown. So right in front of the scoreboard, which reads South Launceston 3 behinds, Longford 2 behinds. 11 minutes into the first quarter. So shapes up good. It's a bit of a low scoring affair so far. You might see that continue. Max Walker will be with us in just a moment. He's recovering from his exertion there, umpiring the women's game. Kick towards half forward. There's Jet Maloney in the contest. They do all right though, the South defence through Wicks. Handball over the top, risky. Jake Murphy tackled from behind by Smith. And we're going to get a ball up right half forward for the Tigers. We have a ladies' function right next to us here. If I scoot out on the balcony, there's Champagnes join the action. Bouncing footy, Tom Graham does it nicely to get it to Holt. Now by handball to Alexander, he kicks off the side of the boot. Might give the Tigers an opportunity. Brickman's there. Getting the ball first does Freeland on debut. His first involvement. Can't quite get it to a teammate. Close to the boundary line. And it will be out of bounds. Max Walker has arrived. Just getting the cup of tea team sheets here. He's going to keep the goal kicking record for us as the game goes on. He hasn't missed any yet. Boundary throw in. Clark Williams front position. Tom Graham grabs it. They're going to attack now, the Bulldogs. But, chopping off the defence there is Headland. Sorry, not Headland, that was Hubbard, beg your pardon. Gets it to Sammy Graham, back in the team today after a long absence. Gatenby over the top, tries to get back to Graham, he does so. The veteran gets handball to Toodle. His handball smothered. Now with Holt. Escapes a tackle. Escapes a second tackle. Taylor, lovely handball to Wicks. Kick to half forward, overshoots it a little bit. He was there looking for Kruger. He couldn't take the mark. And we get a ball up inside, attacking 50 for the Bulldogs. They're playing 13 minutes. South Launceston lead by 1 behind. 3 behinds to 2 behinds. On the boundary throw in. Gatenby's been pretty good so far. Gets the handball to Curtis. Back now to Hubbard. Hubbard goes wide here looking for Taylor. Charlie Taylor in pursuit. Picks up the footy, wheels around. Looks for a target in the middle of the ground. Kenny Will's there. Over the back, Tom Foon should get there first. Gets there now, hasn't got a lot of support. Fumbles, still an opportunity. Tackling from behind there is Freeland. And we'll get a ball up as we welcome Max Walker to the commentary team. G'day, Max.
Good afternoon, David, and good afternoon to all our listeners. Good afternoon, group. Good afternoon, Jason on the camera.
And Tony on the boundary, of course.
And Tony on the boundary, of
yes.
course.
So, Ball here at right half back for the Bulldogs. Round the corner kick from Tom Graham. I think that's a fine mark there by Madden. Egan Madden coughs it up though, bad kick. Holt kicks inside 50. It's a wrestle there. Arnott up against Alexander. The youngster Arnott taps it clear to Morrison. Now back to Cocker. Sideways handball. Kruger snaps on goal. This is everything out of bounds on the full.
Looks like they're getting plenty of the ball. Foz early on in the game. South kicking into that breeze.
The Bruises inside 50s will confirm that.
Yeah, 8 inside 50s to Longford's 5.
And I can tell you that breeze is worth at least 2 or 3 goals.
Yes, we can hear it there now on microphones. It comes and goes though. So a chance
Come
to
and go when you're standing out in it there for an hour.
Yeah, so for our viewers and listeners, Max was umpiring the previous game. A big win to South Launceston and the girls. Brinkman kicks to the wing for the Tigers. Over the back. Taken there by Sitzma. Kick straight away now to half forward. Plenty of Bulldogs there. Fluky bounce. Took the kick off the ground. Tackled to a standstill there. It's been Sitzma, but it's going to be a ball up on attacking 50. In fact, it was Bennett there for the Tigers. A few of these boys in long sleeves, not easy to pick them. Out comes Holt now. Half distance kick. Wicks gets there first. Handball to Taylor, now to Morrison in the centre circle. Kick to half forward. Lockie Cocker takes a great mark. That was a tough contest. He got his body positioned beautifully, Max, to take that mark.
He did use his body really well against a quality player there in the captain, Connor Alexander of Longford. Just got to the right side of the drop, and he's having a shot from probably 40, 45 out there.
It's the second half inside 50.
Sound effects there of Max is taping his team sheets to his exercise book. There's Cocker now, he's a long way out, just inside 50, it fades with the breeze. Not a bad kick. And it just shows Max you can get a bit of distance into that breeze. It drops out a little bit.
Yep, absolutely, Foz. It was a good solid kick through the ball then, made the distance relatively easy. 4
behind South Launceston, 2 behinds to Longford. As the mark's taken here.
Lloyd.
That's Lloyd. He's full. He had 11 on last week. Now he's got 5 on. So he's got the long sleeves today. It's cool weather. Munting takes quite a nice mark. The defensive side of the wing. Kicks to middle of the ground. Free player there. It's Farrelly. Right in the centre circles. He beckons players to run forward. Little chip kick. Almost Kruger taking a mark. Handball's off. There's the debutant there in Harris, Lachlan Harris. Arnott, another debutant, his first opportunity on goal. Off to the right. 5 behind South Launceston, 2 behind Longford. And Gribbs had 2 marks inside 50 there already for Cocker. Farrelly couldn't quite pick it up. Now Curtis releases Hubbard, kicks to the centre of the ground. Kennywill couldn't quite take it. He's Josh Gray, great game last week. One of the best on the ground, he might have been pushed in the back. Umpire says high tackle. It's going South's way. It's coming back to the skipper in Charlesworth. Harry Charlesworth. Right near the cricket pitch area. Kicks high to half forward. Player in front should take the mark and does. That's Sam Lucas. Lucas. Sideways kick. Not great for the play. They've got plenty of time there in Summers. Summers inside 50. It's a fine defensive mark, taken this time by Hubbard. Hubbard goes wide, finds Graham. That's Sam Graham. Over the top now to Toodle, gets out of trouble. Handball to space to Lloyd. Picks it up on the left foot, screws it around, finds a teammate there in Oliver Chugg playing his 50th game. Kicks to the middle, risky. Pays off there, Ben Murphy takes the mark. Gets it to Casey Brown by foot. Just inside the centre square, kicks inside 50, beautiful pass. Good spoil there on Bennett though. It's well done there by Logan Smith, who's playing in defence today.
That was a great spoil.
Well, the pass was just perfect. He's got the 50th.
Exactly, and that's how Casey Brown kicks a low ball too. We've seen him over the years at Launceston now here at Longford.
Yep.
Perfectly executed, but even more so the spoil by Logan Smith.
On the bounty throw in. Over the back, Munting. Hits it straight away. Gets good penetration with it. Over here in the Morrison direction, I beg your pardon. He lays a tackle now on Sam Graham. And that's a ball up. Attacking side of the wing for the Tigers. They'll be disappointed if they haven't managed to score a goal or two, Max.
They would be, Dave. Like I said, two or three goals and nearly 20 minutes gone, so they'll be disappointed with that effort.
Shouldn't be a long quarter. They've had a lot of stoppages now as Sam Graham chips it towards half forward. Worked there by the South defence. It's going to come back as a free kick. They're getting a few of the free kicks. Group, what's your stats on that?
6 now for South Launceston, 4 for Longford.
Charlesworth with that free kick. And as he kicks up the wing, underneath the scoreboard, 1 grab, 2 grab, taken by Kruger. He's had a pretty good season. Kicks towards half forward. The Longford player there filling the gap. That was Lloyd. Couldn't quite take it with him. Sam Graham to Ben Murphy. Back to Lloyd. His kick's affected by the tackle. Tigers on the wing, trying to work hard. They work it out now. Lloyd, great follow-up. Another involvement. Kicks inside 50, but getting back is Tom Foon, who takes a defensive intercept mark. Releases it straight away to Lucas. Now Sam Lucas can run, and he does so. He takes one bounce, sums up his options. Chisels a kick, but turns it over poorly to Hubbard, who's had a lot of it in this first quarter. Hubbard also turns it over to Foon. Foon with a 45 kick to Munting, been impressive. Now to Seb Page, under pressure. Kicks towards half forward, looking for Morrison. Leads out and takes a mark on his chest. Morrison goes wide and Farrelly takes the mark. Gets Northern Bomber right on the boundary line. Chips it to the pocket. Finds a teammate in Cocker, who had a shot from a similar position a bit further out earlier in the quarter. That was great transfer from defence to attack there by the Bulldogs, Max.
It certainly was, Dave. And Cocker found it pretty difficult to kick the ball from that pocket. You got the breeze sort of blowing across him there, so it'll take a really good execution from that tight boundary.
Let's see what he does. It's always near side. And, they've got their 6 points, South Launceston, but they're all behinds.
I'm not going to put anyone down for a goal yet, Dave.
No. 6 behinds to 2 behinds. Out of defence. Mark taken by Josh Gray. On defence of 50. Short kick, now to Tootle. Made his debut earlier this season. And ball backwards. Out of defence now through Hubbard. Long kick in the Maloney direction. From behind, Taylor takes it. Tackled by Maloney. Good tackle.
Great tackle there, Jeff Maloney.
I'm a bit disappointed he didn't take the grab in the first instance, but he followed up nicely. As Sitzma takes it. We get a high tackle in the ruck contest. That'll come back. Free kick.
So this is where they've got to set something up, Dave. They've got the South guys will flood back. Longford have got to create some space. Now give Mitch Bennett a bit of room to lead out. If he's still down there, which he's probably not at the moment by the looks of it, because he's got long sleeves on as well, I think. But look at that big gap in front of the full forward there.
We've got young Deegan Madden up there who's resting the ruck in the goal square.
Someone needs to be starting deep and running into that gap so he's got a target. At the moment, there's just no target there. South are just waiting for someone to go there.
Comes back to Hamish Sitzma. And go towards the goal square. Good penetrating kick. Will go over the back. Seb Page, good mark.
No crummers there at all for Longford if it did hit the ground.
Short kick. Spots up Holt. Gutsy kick. Works out okay. Another gutsy kick. Another good result. Logan Smith takes it. Skill level is good at the moment from South Launceston. Smith now on the run is Tom Graham. Kicks up the wing. A one-on-one contest. Doubling back here is Alex Towns. Shoot by Lloyd. It's okay, although it's a good tackle laid by Towns. He takes it away. He won the free kick anyway for holding the ball. So they can launch an attack here. 23 minutes gone. Kick towards full forward. It's a beauty on Morrison. Dropped the mark he probably should have taken. Now a chance to rebound for the Tigers through Charlie Taylor. His handball, not a great one. Looking for Josh Gray. His players dive in left, right and centre. We'll get a stoppage.
And that lead there that Morrison dropped the ball, Dave, that's exactly what Longford needed up this end. Ran into that space, plenty of space there. It was poor marking, as in literally dropped the ball and from the opposition as well, and manning up.
Seb Page has got it on the wing. Handball in the direction of Wicks. This is the target. Loose footy. Diving in is Kennewell. Out now towards Tom Foon. Seb Page goes in again. Ugly footy. And we get another stoppage. Inside 50s, Dave Gruber.
12 to South Launceston, 8 for Longford.
Okay, so South had most of the play this quarter. It's reflected on the scoreboard. 4 points of difference. We might get a goalless first quarter the way we're going here. As Wicks kicks at the wing, right down the throat there of Joel Lloyd. Max has nearly finished taping up his score sheets here. So
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Bit of an operation, Max. I didn't realise it took so long. Done well. Is now through Dakin. Kicks towards full forward. Now Casey Curtis sets it on goal. Might nearly get the distance here. Casey Curtis just offline. 1 behind. 6 behinds to 3 behinds. 25 minutes gone.
Preparation is called, Dave, but unfortunately getting here at the 8-minute mark doesn't allow me much time.
I think you're done. You're all done?
No, 1 to go.
1 to go, okay. As kicking now towards defensive 50 for the Bulldogs. Contested mark. And we've got another whistle on play.
Beautiful here in the sunshine, Dave.
Yeah, just ready to drop. I don't know what's going to be like by 5 o'clock though, Max. That's when we finish up. It could be icicle territory. We've had these days before though. We're veterans at it as Josh Gray kicks inside 50. Off hands, kick out of mid-air. Might work out all right. Not 15. Madden tries to get it to a teammate. He might have been held and he was. But umpiring, Josh Gray with the free kick. 20 metres out, slightly left of centre.
They call this guy Flat. I'm not quite sure why, but that's his nickname.
He was fantastic last week, Max. I've seen him play a few games, but he was right at the standard he needed to be to match that Launceston midfield. Here he is now.
Very creative player.
Josh Gray for the first goal. I think he's got it. He has. High fives all round as Longford take the lead here late in the first quarter at the Longford Recreation Ground. And just as Max finishes his taping, he can write down the first goal kicker.
I did.
Oh, you have? You've already done.
Yeah,
1 step ahead of me. Josh Gray.
He certainly doesn't miss those type of goals,
No.
Dave. They're his bread and butter. That's what he's there for. Small forward. Got a good tank as well, so he'll run all day.
Hitchin ruck contest. We saw Deegan Madden, Max, have that season with Launceston a few years back at TSL level, and he really came a long way, but he's grown a lot since then. And young Clark Williams, he's sort of made his way up through the ranks at Launceston, but he's come to South to get opportunities, and he's certainly got one in the ruck today.
He has, and the rest of the young fella.
Umpire in the middle.
Ollie Pye.
Ollie Pye. It's one of our 3 umpires today. Umpire Pye, Tregurtha, and also Andrew Hingston officiating.
We'll do it all again. To the rock, that one, I reckon, Dave.
Absolutely, that's always the excuse. As Deegan Madden wins the tap to a bit of space. Holt runs onto it, left foot towards half forward, holds up in the breeze. No one can take the mark. Lloyd's back there. Farrelly knocks it to advantage of Kruger. Back to Farrelly. He'll throw it on the boot towards the goal square. They fly nearly a mark to Morrison there. Couldn't rein it in. They fight on as the siren sounds for quarter time. A low scoring first quarter here at the Longford Recreation Ground. And at quarter time it's Longford 1-3-9, leading South Launceston 6 behind, 6 points. And with the only goal kicker being Josh Gray. Kicked one late in that first quarter.
Well, that was my job, Dave.
I just had to steal your thunder a bit there, Max. It wasn't going to take you long. Look, I know you're getting changed there, missed perhaps half that quarter, but I think South Launceston will be pretty happy going in at quarter time, just the 3 points down.
Yeah, they would be, Dave. Like we've all commented, it's 2 or 3 goal breeze, and the 15 or 20 minutes of the quarter that I did see, I was standing downstairs a little bit, didn't want to interrupt it too long, but they're certainly using the open space of the Longford ground here a lot better than Longford at the moment. Got a lot of run and carry with the ball that I've seen, and one player I have been impressed with so far, and he's hit up really well, dropped a chest mark there about 5 or 6 minutes ago, but young Morrison, Toby Morrison, presented extremely well, giving himself every opportunity to kick a few today.
So it's quarter time, 3 point lead to Longford. Groups, the stats, please.
Yeah, it's Longford have had 11 to South Launceston 10. Clearance is Longford at 8 to South Launceston 7. Inside 50s, Longford 9, South Launceston 13. Marks inside 50, four taken, the only four for that term taken by Launceston, and 11 of them went to Cocker.
3 of them went to Cocker.
3 of them went to Cocker. Intercept marks, 6 for Longford, 4 for South Launceston, and Hubbard has taken 3 and Madden has taken 2 of those intercept marks for Longford. And free kicks, 6 for Longford and 7 for South Launceston.
Thank you very much to Dave Gruber. So some interesting stats there at quarter time. Fairly even, but as we said, Longford probably should be further in front with the advantage of that breeze. We're going to take a break here at quarter time. This quarter time break is brought to you by our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut, making hot drinks around Northern Tasmanian venues for you. Great sponsor of City Park Radio. Thank you for your support. Back in a moment. The score is Longford 139, South Launceston 6 behind, 6 points.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
The sponsor of City Park Radio. Is mould or lichen destroying your exterior surfaces at home? Left untreated, they can cause permanent damage. Yearly cleaning will stop the growth from getting hold of your home, keeping it in pristine condition. From roofs, gutters, walls and windows to solar panels, decks, paths, driveways and fences. With over 30 years experience in exterior surface cleaning, contact Marcus at Sock Wash Tasmania on 0458 437 528 or visit the website sockwashtasmania.com.au. Sock Wash Tasmania, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
2025 best urban car under $30,000? That's the Cherry Tiggo 4. Tiggo 4 Pro redefines small SUV expectations with style, technology and value. All from $23,990 drive away. Backed with a 5-star NCAP safety rating and a 7-year warranty. There's no wonder it's the best in its segment. Visit Buckby Cherry and you'll see why the Cherry Tiggo 4 Pro might be the right SUV for you. Buckby Cherry, York Street, LMCT 3117, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
This broadcast of NTFA football is brought to you by Elgas, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Yes, welcome back here to Longford Recreation Ground, where it's the Tigers 9 leading South Launceston 6. Good start there at Scottsdale, probably as expected today by North Launceston. They lead 9-4. Scottsdale yet to score, but the good news for the Magpies is, Max, that their under-18s won today, and they've had to, I think they had a game where they couldn't get a team together early in the year, but they've rallied and won, and also their women had a good win. So whilst things don't look great at the moment on the senior side of things in the men's, they're building up their juniors.
They are, Dave, and really pleasing for the club and the whole community down there to get minimum of 2 wins out of the 4 games today. So,
for the Jamie Dennis Cup.
For the Jamie Dennis Cup.
Jamie Dennis, a player you would have played against back in the day?
Yeah, he was an absolute champion player, absolutely.
Played for both Scottsdale and North Launceston, especially in those statewide league days. Another game today, I haven't got a score at Deloraine and Launceston. I'll try and get a score there as the day goes on. South Launceston broke up quite early from their huddle. Tigers have been kept in there a little while. We'll get to Tony in a moment, who's just listening into Casey Curtis's address. And gee, I'll tell you what, Longford, the improvement they made that first game of the season under lights at UTAS, where North Launceston took them apart, but their progress from then till last week when they really pushed Launceston.
Yes, David, it was a little concerning with the numbers that they lost over summer, and they would have been wondering themselves how they would fare for the year, but certainly last week they hit their straps, and you'd expect them to continue today. Be a fairly even contest today, we hope. So they're building. They've always had good juniors. The challenge with Longford is that with the good juniors that they've had over the years, we've got Bracknell nearby, we've got Evandale nearby, we've got Perth nearby, which historically haven't had a junior program, so they come here and play the juniors, and then they go back and play with the rest of their mates and in the towns that they grew up. So the key is for those juniors to keep wanting to play at the highest level and hang around.
Tony.
Casey wasn't terribly happy with that quarter, as you can imagine. I felt it's going to be a lot harder this quarter with the wind against them. But he feels they're not making the right decisions coming out. also allowing South to spread as much as they want to. So he's called for a fair bit more concentration, a lot more talk, and a bit more direct play up the middle.
Thanks, Tony. I thought South Launceston had greater connection, more system in that first quarter. Longford seemed to be panicking a little bit, making poor decisions, and I think that's reflected in what Casey Curtis said. Second quarter action underway. Deegan Madden up against Clark Williams. Launceston City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5, and by the Tasmania Premier League's live stream. Secondary ball up. Max, you got something there for us?
No, just looking still, Dave, at the moment. Like I said, as expected, North Launceston 58 to Scottsdale 0 at the moment in the seniors, but a couple of good results earlier in the day for them.
Tom Graham kicks to half forward. Hunter Farrelly in front of us. Handballs away to space. Josh Gray can't quite pick it up. Brendan Taylor now gets it towards Farrelly. Coming through, don't argue there from Cocker. He's caught with it. How does the umpire see that? Holding the ball like he says. And free kick will come back to Gatenby.
Every day of the week, Dave. He beat that first tackle, took the second one on, and if you don't dispose of it straight away, you are gone every day.
Gatenby up the wing. Alexander. Oh, he got some tackle there from Towns, but it's too high. Slipped over the shoulder. So Alexander takes a free kick. Handball to Taylor. To Gray under pressure. Has to weave through traffic. Back to Alexander. A great smother there for Logan Smith. It's still with Longford. Josh Gray kicks under pressure. Smith again. Careful. Great tackle. Unwanted. Alexander there, the Tiger player, playing that tackle. No prize to the umpire.
Good decision that one, Dave, in the heat of the moment.
Umpire Ollie Pye, is that Max?
Yep.
Making that decision. Now he's picked out a free kick going the way of Clark Williams. Kicks towards the centre as a target there, and Seb Page, who had a good first quarter, part of that tight South Launceston defence. Page launches towards full forward, gets a good 50-60 metres on that one, clears the contest towards the boundary line. Out of play, and the boundary throwing. I thought that South defence were pretty good in that first quarter, Max. Seb Page, Tom Foon leading the way.
Yep, absolutely. And a bit unusual to see a Page playing in the back line, isn't it? South Launceston, his father and uncle were more known for standing in the goal square and doing a bit of ruck work.
It's Jeff and Chris we're referring to there.
Absolutely.
From the boundary throw-in, Madden wins the tap. Contested footy. Secondary ball up.
Just a bit of an update as we go here, Dave. We'll give it to you in a minute. Div 1 seniors, I'll let you know shortly.
Okay.
Our listeners.
Madden, handballs here in the direction of Gray. Oh, Cocker just handballs it like a hot potato here towards Taylor. Hooks towards goal. Brendan Taylor fades. Go through for their seventh behind. 7 behind, 7 points. South Launceston. The Tigers 1-3-9. 2-point margin. Go for it, Max.
Just down at St Patrick's at the Old Boys, you've got St Pat's 13, Rochelle 74.
Yes, no Dylan Riley or JB Harper at the moment for the Saints, so that's going to be tough. Here's Gatenby now, deep in defence, long handball in the Jake Murphy direction. Picks it up now, kicks towards the wing. Contested footy. They do pretty well here, the Tigers. Jake Murphy again. Nice kick to the coach, Curtis. Casey Curtis, the handball's not great. Back there towards Kennywell, I think it was. He pursues it. But it could be a turnover with Holt, who's got the footy. He's tackled straight away. And the umpire comes in to ball up.
What I'm seeing this quarter, Dave, is that Longford are making a concerted effort they seem to be, just to flood back and make it hard for South at the moment. Very open forward line for them.
Here it is. Charlesworth can't quite pick it up. Chance for Jet Maloney. Kicks off the ground. Ollie Woodcock-Davis close to the boundary line. Maloney again. Here's Ollie Chard. Snaps. One behind. 1-4-10. South Launceston 7 behind, 7 points. Yes, Max.
Old Launcestonians 33, Lilydale 26, and Georgetown 8, Woolwood Sharks 17.
Keep you up to date as much as we can today with all the NTFA action. Short kick comes out towards Alex Towns. Short kick again to Charlesworth. Can't quite take it at his bootlaces. Chance for the Tigers if they can work it free. Casey Brown in there working very hard. Maybe a ball up.
The gentleman sitting in the box there with Tony Fuzz Williams.
Yes.
I don't know whether he still is, but he's been the groundsman here for many, many years. And today it is absolutely splendid out there.
Yeah, it's beautiful condition off the ground. We've had a fairly dry spell of it. which obviously has helped, but it's like a carpet out there. Taylor works hard. Might have got pushed away in the back there. Price says no.
He's pleading for it. He thought he did, Dave.
Yes.
You thought he did. The man in green didn't.
Right against the boundary line. Bright sunshine here at Longford. Quick kick forward. There by Sitzma to space. Overrunning it there was Dakin. Close to the boundary line. Still in play. They can work it out here. South Launceston, or Page drops a mark he maybe should have taken. Mopping up though is Grant Holt. Holt kicks up the wing. The target is Farrelly. Good spoil there by Gately. That's a good battle today, those two youngsters.
Yep, it's always good to see a couple of younger guys lining up on each other. It makes it a bit more equal. If you've got a guy who's experienced, a bit of age, a few more games under his belt, lining up on either of those guys, just detracts a little bit from those guys to excel in their craft, doesn't it?
Gets to Tony at the next stoppage. He's got some news for us, but it's a boundary throw in. Madden taps it, sharked. Kick smothered there from Taylor. Out it comes. Handball back to Taylor now. Short kick. Finds a teammate there in Brad Wicks. Wicks, nice kick to Tom Graham. 2 kicks out from goal. He goes to the pocket there. Searching kick. Holt. 40 out. Kicks towards goal. That's a really good shot for goal by Grant Holt. And he kicks out Bolton first. Smart play there by the Bulldogs. They didn't just bomb it away. Lowered the eyes there. Found the target in Holt. And he's made no mistake. And a tough shot for goal on a windy day. That's South Launceston's first goal. We'll get down to Tony and we'll get your thoughts in a moment, Max. Tony.
Yeah, that's just what Max's comments a moment ago. Williams is still the groundsman here.
Okay, thanks, Tony, for confirming that one. Good play there by the Bulldogs.
It was just patience, Dave. It was just a short little 45 kicks. And then young Tom Graham, son of Brian, just found that one out to the coach, sitting there in the forward pocket. No one manning him, so he had the opportunities to steady and drift that one through from about 30 metres out to get their first goal for the day, Dave.
So they've taken the lead in this contest. 1-7-13 plays 1-4-10. 7 minutes in. Sam Graham in the ruck now against Clark Williams, the young and the more experienced. Getting close to 40, Sam Graham, Max.
I was talking to his dad earlier, and we had a bit of a giggle, but what I didn't ask him was his age, but he'd be close.
Yep. Burst through now, can't take it with him, Sam Graham. Casey Brown works it out to Gray. Nice handball back to Taylor. Now to Sam Graham. Good handball here from Longford. Ends up with Jake Murphy. Takes off. Spearing pass towards half forward. Players overrun it. Dakin. Now it's going to be a ball up here, I'd say. Umpire lets it go. But yes, it'll be a ball up on the front edge of the centre square. Tigers slightly in attack.
Don't mind that kick of Murphy's then. He didn't blaze away. Just kept it low into the space. Let the players run onto it.
Tom Graham handballs to some more space. Taylor can't quite take possession. As I mentioned earlier in the call, it's a ball up now. Brendan Taylor had a bad facial injury in the first game of the season up at Youngtown. Played 3/4 of a game last week against the Pies. And ready to play a full game here today.
Certainly been active early, Dave. He's got his creative self.
Right in front of the scoreboard, which shows that South Launceston leads by 3 points. Off the ground. Taylor takes it. Maloney gets it through the opponent's legs and then gets it to Josh Gray. Kicks blindly to half forward. Easy taken by Woodcock Davis. Spearing ball into the middle of the ground. Handball over the top. Looking there for Freeland. But we've got a free kick coming back here. Kruger. Yep.
Too high.
And 50. I think that might have been for words spoken rather than any encroachment on the mark. Elijah Girth is there having a chat to one of the Longford players. Not too happy. So 50 metres brings Kruger to about 25 metres out directly in front, Max.
Yeah, and those sort of ill-disciplined things hurt you on a day like this when 2 goals scored in like 35 minutes of footy. About to kick the third, you would expect.
Kruger has kicked it. Unusual kicking style, but I've seen it this year as being very effective. He doesn't miss many. And Nick Kruger kicks the goal for South Launceston. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG League statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61.
Yep, good finish there, Brian. Like you say, very unorthodox way of kicking it, but been very successful to date this year.
You did say in an earlier broadcast, I don't think you read it, Max, but the James Manson sort of comparison.
Yeah. Well,
Ex-Collingwood
Fitzroy. Was there that day?
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, we'll talk about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
But I can see that comparison.
Let's hope he turns out to be half a good player, isn't it?
Just a handy little break now for the Bulldogs, Max, 9 points.
Yeah, on a day like this it is, Dave, so Longford will be really keen just to stem the flow a bit, 9 shots to 5, so they've got to start getting a bit more out of the middle, which they've just done through Brown.
Casey Brown kicks to full forward. Oh, that's a great mark. That looks like Deegan Madden, who's done this now in a couple of games we've seen of the Tigers, where he goes forward instead of coming off and resting in the ruck. Just makes himself a big target down there in the goal square. It's advantage of someone like Sam Graham in the team, Max. It gives Madden the opportunity to go forward.
Yep, it does, Dave, and he just put one mid up then, and she's stuck.
Deegan Madden for the answering goal. He's made no mistake. Deegan Madden sails through the big sticks. And we're starting to get an avalanche of goals after a quiet first quarter. That's the Tigers' second, 2-4-16, trailing South Launceston 2-7-19. Dave Gruber, some stats.
Clearances, 5 to Longford, 4 to South Launceston this quarter. Inside 50s, that was Longford's second. And South Launceston have gone in 4 times.
Okay. So, good little answering goal there from the Tigers, Max.
Yeah, it was. And it was quick, wasn't it? Straight out of the middle.
Casey Brown, he's a key element of that midfield for Longford.
He is, and he's probably been moved into the midfield more this year because of what's not available or what's moved on. We've been used to seeing him playing a wing or a half-back flank or something, but he's got the pace. No one can keep up with him.
Saw him kick that magical goal last week.
Yeah, in your highlights.
No, it was in the Premier League goal of the week. Back in the middle, and we've got another ball up. Tackles take place. And Caden Tootle. Small in stature, but he goes all right, Max, the youngster.
Yeah, you've got to have the big and you've got to have the small.
That's right. Logan Smith now, boy recruited from the Northwest Coast. Tackled to a standstill, and we'll get another ball up. Umpire Chigurtha throws it up. Madden wins the tap. Bulldogs taking it away, though, through Towns. Kicks towards half forward. Leading out, take the mark is Lucas. Probably too far out to score. Pass, looking for Cocker. Here's him. There's Dwyer back there. His handball does pretty well. Casey Brown just hacks it out of defence. Clark Williams can't take the mark. Sharky by Gray. He's got a runner there in Maloney. He goes further, looking for Sitzma. Alexander gets there for South. He's puts it over the boundary line. And the boundary's thrown.
Nice hip and shoulder there by Maloney, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very physical player, son of Joey Maloney.
Yep.
I played against when he played for Mowbray back in the day.
Yep. Ollie Alexander's dad wasn't too bad either, Drew. He didn't mind a contest.
Good to see. Oh, Taylor tackled a player there without possession. That was Alex Towns who get the free kick. Towns releases a handball now to Page, who runs off. Kicks towards half forward to Farrelly. Too much heat on it. Bounces out of bounds. Right in front of us here. Now, I'll tell you what, the wind has dropped a little bit, Max. Touch wood.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So it's pleasant conditions in the sunshine. Some good days of footy this year so far. Any rain whatsoever in any of the games we've covered. From the boundary throwing, Williams and Madden. Taking away from the contest there is Taylor. Kicks towards half forward to Kruger. Still sees it out of bounds. It's a nice crowd in today, not quite as big as last week, but there's a few in the Canberra.
Is that how you judge the crowd, Dave, at Canberra?
Canberra's my litmus test.
Yes. Longford, just for the listeners, do have a very good Canberra.
They do. But it's good fun for the players once they finish playing to join the social part of the game.
They do sell Coca-Cola or the soft drinks as well, Dave. They do. The responsible serving of alcohol by the White Tiger boys up there on the hill, the old players.
Hocker inside 50. Contest there. Dwyer takes it. In fact, it was Alexander. It's a handball away. Tommy Power sees it out of play. And, we love the canteen here, groups, don't we, at Longford? You're a fan?
Yep.
We haven't been to Deloraine or Scottsdale yet, so Try and do a comparison once we've been there.
I can tell you that Scottsdale Canteen, you have got to get a flaky pastry, pasty.
Right,
Flaky pasty.
We're doing it as Cocker gets a kick away. So does Lucas towards Morrison. Can he kick the goal? He can. It's over Morrison. No, it's touched. Players claimed it straight away, and so did the goal umpire. So one behind. 2-8-20 now south. Longford 2-4-16. As the ball's now in the right back pocket. Pick up the player there with the ball. Looks like Tootle. He kicks to the wing. From behind. Dakin, I think, taking it away. Handball sideways there to number 9 there for Longford in Mitchell Bennett. He's drifted up, pulled me a little bit. Kicks it to the wing. South are going to come back again though. Page has got it. Sweeps the handball. Tom Graham kicks to half forward. Farrell's there. Also Lucas. They might have spoiled each other. Lucas might have taken that mark. But they might get it out again. Farrell, a little dance, got out of trouble. He's such a skillful player. And he gets the kick sideways. And that's the youngster there, number 78, Oliver Freeland. Not much about him, Max.
No, I don't. One of our colleagues, Macca, was telling us a little bit about his family.
I'll
but
find that info for our listeners.
I'll look at that now if you like.
Yes, please. Freeland
goal kick.
kicks with the breeze towards goal. Fades slightly. It'll be the 9th behind for South Launceston. 2-9-21 to 2-4-16. Ribs inside 50s, please.
South Launceston up to 7, and Longford just stuck on 2.
Hubbard kicks to Powell right on the boundary line. Pinpoint pass. Tommy Powell, who debuted last week, takes the mark just inside the boundary line. Goes long down the line. That worked out okay. That's a fine mark.
Dakin.
Taken over there by Dakin, number 12 for the Tigers. What's the information on young Freeland, Max?
Yeah, young Freeland, state basketballer, son of Danny and Joe.
Okay.
There you go. So if Danny and Joe's listening, he's doing well.
There's Holt, kicks it back in attacking 50. There's Tommy Powell once again. Second mark in a minute. Set mark there. Kicks it wide up. Chance to break away now for the Tigers. Sammy Graham takes the mark. Gets it back to his teammate. There might have been Brinkman. He couldn't take possession. Now the handballs come out through to Oliver Chuck. Trying to work hard there was Ben Murphy. He picks it up. Ugly footy at the moment. And the ball up on the centre wing.
So for the next 5 or 6 minutes, really all Longford need to do, or should be wanting to do, is just stoppage after stoppage, just keeping it, in close, not allowing South to get the run on.
And maybe try and pinch a goal their way.
Yeah.
Towns, I've been impressed with him, Alex Towns. So turned it over on this occasion. Jake Murphy takes the mark. The ball's off. Hubbard, ex-Northern Bomber. Oh, kick's not great. Tries to get it to Tootle. Through comes young Freeland, he's worried out of it. Cocker, handball sideways. We've got some numbers here. Kruger, lovely pass to Lucas. He might run on. No, he decides to go back and have a shot. That's all about numbers around the footy there, Max, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was. There was also a poor choice of Hubbard.
Yep.
Trout, as he's affectionately known, he had plenty of time, but he was just a little bit laid back, thinking that he'd be able to hit that target inside 45, which wasn't to be. Put his team under pressure. Now they're paying the ultimate penalty from that pretty basic mistake.
Sam Lucas, that's not a bad kick on goal. Just faded to the right. To the right of the Longford fans. 2-10-22 to 2-4-16. As Jake Murphy. It's long out of defence. Ball holds up a little bit. Good mark taken there by the big fella Deegan Madden. It's about the 45 kick.
Just got to slow it down, keep possession here, the boys, and that's not going to do it when they kick it straight to the opposition, Dave.
And the opposition player is Ollie Woodcock-Davis. Tries to spot up Farrelly and does. Lovely kick, Woodcock-Davis. Farrelly, 2 kicks out from goal. And he's going to get 50. Now, I'm not sure what that was for, Max.
Yeah, I didn't actually see it, Dave. I was watching where the delivery was going. So
it's a second 50 that could result in a goal.
A goal, yep. And 3 of their 2 goals, potentially.
Hunter Farrelly is now just 10 metres out, directly in front. He's been pretty lively up forward. Could become the third goal kick here for South Launceston. Farrelly, straight through the middle. And third goal now to South Launceston. A pretty valuable one in a low-scoring game. 3-10-22. They're now out. 3-10-28. We're out now to a 12-point lead.
I'm not quite sure what it was for, Dave. No. As we said, we were a little bit unsure whether it was someone encroaching over the mark or someone in that protected space.
I think it could only be because there was no contentious decision or anything.
No,
up to it,
just standing there, yeah. But when two of your three goals, like I say, in a very low-scoring game, low-scoring goal-kicking game, come from 50-metre penalties, it could come back and haunt you late in the game.
Joining us at half-time is Brett Gillow, the coach of the South Launceston women's team, talking about all things women's footy in northern Tasmania. Umpire Tregurtha throws it up. Taken by Madden. Kick straight away towards half-forward. Tigers would love a quick goal here before half-time. Out to Taylor, though, for the Bulldogs. He's around the corner kick. Tries to find connection there with young Lachlan Harris. Oh, good tackle there. And that's holding the ball. That was number 83, Munting. A really good first quarter, quieter in the second quarter.
Brickman just needed to use his left foot there, though. He wanted to come inside, try and get on his right, on his preferred, I guess, but it wasn't to be.
Good kick. For Logan Smith. Back to Munting. Inside out, kick to half forward to Farrell. He leads out and takes a mark. Takes a lot of marks this distance. 2 kicks out from goal. As he kicks now inside 50. Not getting in the way with Jake Murphy. Teammate there tackled straight away. I think that's the big ruckman in Madden.
Covering some ground, Madden today, isn't he?
Yep. Very fit. Had a big pre-season. Should win this contest here with Alexander, and he does. Straight to Murphy. Right foot kick to the wing. Logan Smith gets there first. Gets out of the Maloney tackle. Long handball to Taylor's under pressure. But he's got one over the shoulder there from Curtis. So Taylor will take the free kick inside 50. Taken. And that looks like the debutant there.
Harris, yeah. And will make the distance relatively easy, I would expect, Dave. I've seen him play a couple of games in the last couple of years, and he's a prodigious kick, son of Michael, who played at North Launceston and the stint at Rochely, I think.
Yep.
Number 1 Launceston City Council worker man, Michael Harris.
So here comes his son, Lachlan, for his first goal in senior footy. Off to the right. I don't think it's going to score. It's not. Out of bounds on the floor. 22 minutes gone here on City Park Radio and the Tasmania Premier League NTFA live stream at South Launceston 3-10-28, Longford 2-4-16. Tom Dwyer is a player in the back pocket. Takes a mark under a bit of pressure. That's Hubbard back there.
Hubbard.
Yep. Nathan Hubbard says, someone to lead for me, please. He has to go up the line. A longish kick. Might work out okay. Mark taken by Ben Murphy. Handball straight away. Lloyd gets it now to Taylor. Taylor, he's going to be under pressure. Just get the handball away in time. But it could cause a turnover now. Here comes South through Tom Foon. Measures the kick to the advantage there of Tom Graham. He's got a handball over the top now to Kruger. Kruger towards the forward line. Farrelly, is it a good sprawl? No, it wasn't. Dropping the arms happened, and Ethan Hubbard was committed the offence there, and Hunter Farrelly will have a shot on goal about 50 out.
Good spoil to start with, Dave. It wasn't actually chopping the arm. No. He just pushed him fair, smack bang in the back, I think, from what I saw. And wouldn't put it past him here, Hunter, from 40 out. A bit of bruise behind him, what little bruise there is left.
23, nearly 24 minutes gone now here in the second quarter. Hunter Farrelly being one of the best on the ground so far. Kicks from 50. Gee, that's a good kick. Hunter Farrelly kicks the goal to South Launceston. Right in front of the South fans here in the grandstand. And Hunter Farrelly is converted. And I'll tell you what, he has been such a live wire up forward, Max. He's taken a lot of marks around that 50-metre line, but just presents time after time.
Yeah, he uses his legs really well. He's always been an exceptional user of the ball as well, even in his junior years, which was up at Prospect Junior Hawks. And,
yeah, that year with North Launceston, he looked really promising there at TSL level as well.
He's got a bit of family history down at Smithton. So went and played with the Smithton Saints for 1 year and came back up to be around the mates that he grew up with, and South are the beneficiary of it at the moment.
Cover all sports here on City Park Radio. I'll give you a score in just a moment. And another code, but from the middle, Holt, handball. Ends up now Tom Graham, engineering that midfield for South Launceston. Long kick, Farrelly again. Little shove there on Lloyd. Goes through for behind, no free kick. So one behind, 4:11:35, plays 2:4:16. Ball in the hand of Tom Dwyer. You can hear the call of Tom. He kicks to the left half back line, off hands out of play. So it's the Seljak Cup semi-final today at Riverside, and the home side, Riverside Olympic, taking on South Hobart half-time. South Hobart 1, Riverside Olympic 0. So it's a big deal, Seljak Cup, Max. The winner of that cup goes into the Australia Cup.
Yep,
so
big game for both teams today.
Yeah, massive underdogs in the Olympic, but they're only one goal down at half-time. You never know. Casey Brown now kicks up the wing. Oh, gee, big tackle there from Ben Murphy. Rugby league style on his opponent Logan Smith. Another big tackle there from Maloney.
He wouldn't want to run. There's not much of him, Ben Murphy, but I tell you what, when he does tackle him, they know about it.
It's like a front rower then. He's laying that big tackle, the player coming towards him. Goes Charlie Taylor, tries to work it out. Murphy goes in again with the Ben variety. Battles it forward. Can they get a late goal here, the Tigers? It's out of bounds.
Madden's been very impressive, hasn't it? Whether it be around the ground or just to do stoppages. We're going to see Sitzman now go up for it.
He's one sort of player, I'm not sure he's involved in the state squad, but you have him around it because he's just developing all the time. Sitzman out, kicks inside 50, contested footy off hands. South defence do pretty well. He's kicked out there by Wicks, son of Jason, up towards the wing. There's Tommy Powell. Does a little smart handball close to the boundary line, sees it over. 27 minutes gone. Catching up with Brett Gillow at half-time in the South Launceston Footy Club, the women's coach. They had a big win earlier today, 131-7.
Good score, St Helens versus Meander Valley. As expected, Dave, still in progress. St Helens 2-16, Meander Valley 1 point.
Okay, so not great there for the Meander Valley team. We're just hanging in there. I suppose that we saw Glenorchy a few years ago, Max, just hung in there with one team.
They did.
They slowly rebuilt the other way. Yeah. So if you just hang in there,
got to give them credit.
That's it. Union Mowbray in the same position at the moment. Gee, big fly there from Woodcock Davis. Gray tackled by 3 Bulldogs. Ball up. Slightly attacking side of the wing for the Tigers. Inside 50s is quarter groups.
13-3 South Launceston.
All right. Okay.
Slaughter.
So they've had a lot of the play. They're going to get more of the play here now with Holt. Leading up here. Oh, just overcooks the kick. Taken by Lloyd off hands. He has to play on. Sideways to Brinkman. With a bit of time with the Lonnie Footy Club. Cody Brinkman goes wider. Mark taken by Jake Murphy. Longer kick now. Finds Sitzma on the wing. Along the boundary line of the Tigers. Finding good connection here. And Casey Brown leads out and takes the mark. Leans back on a kick inside 50. And that's Big Madden, I think, Max, taking the mark.
I think it is. Good stretch.
Once again, he's drifted forward, and once again, he's taken a good contested mark.
Yeah, just very, very hard to match up on him at the moment. They've got one of their best best backs on him, Lee Woodcock Davis, who we know he can play footy, and at the moment, Madden's got his measure.
So, Madden, he kicked one earlier this quarter. Am I correct in that, Max?
Yep.
Yes, he did. So he's second of the quarter. If he can put this one through, 45 out, it just holds up in the breeze, off hands, through for a behind.
A bit of Maloney magic there in the goal square, didn't we? The ball was bouncing about. Quick score, AFL, Dave. Pies have skipped away. Collingwood 70, Adelaide, I think it is, 48. It was 44-48 a short while ago when I looked, so the Pies have kicked away quite comfortably there at the moment.
That was a great 60-metre pass from Seb Page to Harris on the wing. The breeze behind him. Now it's with Lucas. Fast side of the Longford Recreation Ground. Kicks towards a half forward, front position. Wicks knocked away there by Jake Murford out of bounds, but they're 60 metres, 70 metres around from their goal now are the Bulldogs, deep in this second quarter.
Nearly 30 minutes gone, Dave, so the last thing Longford need at the moment is a late one here by the Doggies.
Margin's 3 goals. It's a fair bit in a low-scoring game, but they can get their play a bit in the second half. The Tigers are still in this one. Front position, Sitzma wins the tap. Comes out to Taylor, though. Handball's backwards. They just need to pump it in at this stage, and they do. Front position, Lockie Cocker can't quite take the mark. There's Wicks working hard. Can they fashion a shot on goal here, the Bulldogs? Here it comes now, almost got it there to Kruger, the Bulldogs. It's Casey Brown working hard. He escapes now, does well. Chaos ball to the wing. Tom Foon does a little spin, handballs to space. Holt caught without it. Should be a free kick, and it is. Grant Holt. The first goal for the Bulldogs earlier in this quarter. The sun lowers in the sky now. Woodcock Davis drifts up. So it's set in position towards Morrison, but getting in the way is Lloyd. He plays on straight away. Just about all the players in one half of the ground, so he has to go short and finds Tootle. Tootle has a runner, but decides to go himself. Chip kick to the wing. Over the back. Deegan Madden does well for a big fella. Kicks inside 50, and Bennett takes the mark. Does he? No, play on. Still a chance here for Bennett. Snaps on goal. I think he's kicked it. He has indeed. So he dropped the mark in the first instance. I think it's Bennett. Max, help me out.
Yep, it is.
It is indeed. He's missed the mark in the first opportunity to follow up. And snapped on goal and just brings the margin back to 2 goals. Once again, Big Madden inside that attacking 50 featured prominently in that move.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he? And he'd be disappointed, Bennett, for dropping that one. A bit like the one that we thought he was going to gobble up down this end, Dave, in that first quarter. But so he hasn't got his marking mitts on at the moment, but his recovery then was good, and just a little check side, sneaked it through the 2 taller sticks to register 6 points.
Just the 5 inside 50s this quarter groups for the Tigers.
Yeah, 5 inside 50s for 2 goals too.
2 goals too, so they've made the most of their entries. Let's see if they can get it up there again. We've got a bit of time left. No, we haven't. That's the siren here at half time. And 32 minutes and 10 seconds that quarter. So quarter time, the margin was 3 points the Tigers' way. Now South Launceston lead by 12 points as the wind just starts to whistle through their commentary position here in the grandstand. 4:11:35. South Launceston lead Longford 3-5-23. Goal kickers, Max.
Yep, we'll start with South because they're in front, Dave. 2 all in the second quarter, these guys. So 2 to Farrelly, 1 to Kruger, 1 to Holt. And for the Longford Tigers, we've got all singles for their 3. Josh Gray, Bennett and Madden.
Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, well, look, it's the scoreboard is not ticking over as quickly as what we'd hoped to see, but the conditions are causing that a little bit, and Longford in that quarter, you made the call a couple of times where most of the players were in one particular part of the ground, which was the South Launceston forward line, so it made it really hard, forced out to score, but when it did get down the other end, Longford made the most of their opportunities. As Groove said, four scoring shots from 5 entries, which was exceptional stuff. Thought Farrelly, he was up and about that quarter, did really
great
well.
Quarter.
Yeah, Brendan Taylor, he's just creative, isn't he? Like I noticed a little toe poke kick out here in front of us early in that second quarter. Instead of just trying to, get on his left or whatever, he kicked it on the inside of the foot to one of his players, turn it around, all those little things. Been very impressed on the Longford side with Deegan Madden. He's getting heaps of it. Casey Brown using his pace and his experience, and I guess his control as well. Like he's very, very. Never looks like he's under too much pressure because of his pace. Gives him that opportunity to just be a bit composed. So
I think Grooves is going to tell us about the clearances at Longford's way, but I think South Launceston midfield have been a bit more effective. I look at Tom Graham in there, Grant Holt himself. So I think they've had probably more quality possessions from the middle and from the contest. But young Madden's been pretty dominant in the ruck.
He has. He certainly has, and they've probably worked it out. And they've got Longford got the veteran Sam Gray in there to help him and back him up a bit as well. But Thoone's been good as well, in and out of the game a little bit.
Do you think South probably should be further ahead when we're talking 4-11 to 3-5?
Yeah, well, I haven't really taken much notice of the points as to whether they're genuine scoring shots or rushed and all that type of thing. If they're rushed, they're rushed, so you can't do much about that. But if you're missing shots from 30, 40 out, they're the ones that end up costing you.
Groups, the stats to half-time.
Hit-outs, Longford 30, South Launceston 21. Yeah, clearances you were just discussing, Longford have 21 and South Launceston have 18. They've been pretty even each quarter. Inside 50s, 14 for Longford, 28 for South Launceston. That was in that quarter. It was 15-5 South Launceston's way. Marks inside 50, 2 for Longford and 7 for South Launceston. Intercept marks, Longford 9, South Launceston 6, and free kicks, South Launceston have been given 15 and Longford 10.
Dave Gruber's stats there at half-time, so those inside 50s, the South had plenty of them in that quarter. We'll take a break here on City Park Radio. When we come back, we'll have a chat to Brett Gillow, the coach of the South Launceston women's team, who had a big win here today. Back in just a moment.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Go online, www.elgas.com.au.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Do you need new dentures or denture repair? At Five Ways Denture Centre, they're focused on friendly personal service, providing a range of services including full and partial dentures, denture repair and sports mouthguards. Working with dentists for an integrated approach, Five Ways Denture Centre offers a fresh outlook on denture fitting and repair, as well as correctly fitted mouthguards. Most denture repairs can be done the same day. Smile through life. Make an appointment today at Five Ways Denture Centre, 461 Wellington Street, with off-street parking, and also online. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Looking for a car that makes every drive feel first class? Meet the MG HS Essence, where bold design meets luxury comfort with a panoramic sunroof, 360-degree camera, leather-appointed heated seats, and our latest tech. The HS Essence gives you more for less. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with MG's 10-year warranty. Why settle when you can drive something that stands out? Luxury reimagined. Experience the MG HS Essence today at Buckby MG, LMCT 3117.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Longford as that wind whistles through our commentary position here in the grandstand. Half-time at South Launceston, 4-11-35, leading Longford 3-5-23. A 12-point margin here in this big important clash at Longford this afternoon. There was an important clash earlier today. It was the women's game, and it was a big win to South Launceston, 19-17, 131 to 117. And we've got our coach of the South Launceston women's team, Mr. Brett Gillow. G'day, Brett.
How are you, Dave?
Not too bad. First of all, what did you think of the umpiring today?
I thought Maxie did quite a good job.
Oh, it was you, Max, was it?
Yeah, well, now that he's mentioned it, I thought we both did a good job, but I probably was the better of the two.
Fantastic. Hey, mate, the new Premier League's underway with the women.
Yep.
There's been a few uneven results, but I suppose it's going to take a while to settle, isn't it?
It will, and I mentioned it last week. I spoke to Emma after we played North Launceston and spoke to their girls as well. And it's just going to take time. It'll take a few years, but they need to stick together. And as other girls come through and progress and that as well, it won't take long for the competition to even up, much the same as the men's.
Now, I'm interested in your development program there at South Launceston, because you're very strong in boys and girls in the NTFA. So tell us about the junior development program and how that feeds through to your senior women's side.
Yeah, so the juniors have obviously had a strong program over many, many years now. And it's credit to the volunteers and the coaches that have come through our club. And I suppose it's great to see that a lot of our coaches are former players that have gone back and helped out in the junior club, and that's continued over the years, and I think that's where a lot of the strength comes from. There's a lot of knowledge being passed back into our junior players now.
And of course, the success of their AFLW, and the prominence that's given through those later months of the year, that's there to inspire younger girls, isn't it, to go to that sort of level?
Absolutely, and we've still got players in our side that want to aspire to play at least for FLW.
Yes.
In another year or two, whenever that comes in, but. And there's girls coming through the juniors now that obviously are going to aspire to play at that level if they can.
What skill set do you think that girls, especially the young girls, need to work on? What do you look at first of all? Is it the kicking, the marking, game sense? What do you work on mainly? So
the hardest thing for the girls to pick up is the knowledge of the game,
yes,
and where to be, when to be there, and all of that. But the skills, if they can get the skills right at a young age, then they just improve as they come along, and then they get into these other programs, into the Devils programs and things like that, which helps them with that game knowledge as well. So I think the game knowledge will come, and it will get better as girls have played football for a longer period of time. But if they can really work on those skills from a young age, that's what sets. And you watch our game today, and other women's games throughout the year, then it's some of the skill sets that some of the better players have sets them apart from the other players on the ground.
Who do you identify as some of your players at South Launceston in the women's that you think can move up to that next level?
Well, Jaslyn and Liana Freestone are already in the state program, so they've both played some state football this year, and we'll be hoping to be able to play again later in the year. So they're both two players that are already in that program. My own daughter Georgia, if she decides to put her hand up, she can definitely play at that level, I think, as well. And then we've got some juniors coming through too that we debuted Sophie Dean today.
Yep.
She had a great game across halfback, could really read the play really well. She's someone I think that will only develop further. She's already got really great skills. She was vice captain of the state under-16 team that went away. So I think she's someone that can really step up. And then we also debuted Georgia McEntee, who's a prospect girl. She's come through Prospects program, and she kicked 5 goals on debut today, so she had a ripper game. And these girls can certainly push on and play at that higher level for sure.
So, Brett, how do you manage these girls? Like, I suspect 90% of them were or still are playing hockey, netball, basketball, all that type of thing. When, like, boys, you always hear about they get to a certain age group and they've got to decide, if they're going to take if they're extremely talented, they've got to go in a different direction. How does that work with the women? At what sort of stage of their development, or their, how old are they when they sort of find that you think that they need to make that decision themselves?
Yeah, it's definitely a different beast. I actually had one leave at 3/4 time to go and play hockey at 2 o'clock today, so it's point in case. But I think girls will still work it out themselves, and we certainly have got those players in the team that have made that decision themselves to focus on football. We obviously still have a lot that still play netball and football combined, or hockey and football combined. So they're still making up their mind, obviously, which way they want to go. I think as the years progress and this competition develops further, then their focus they'll have to make a decision and decide which way they want to go for sure.
Yep, and up there at South, sorry Dave, the facilities for the women, they've taken over our old City South change rooms at the front there, which is great because it gives them a bit of their own space and privacy tonight. But where do you see, or I would say the South facilities from the female change rooms are certainly up there above a lot of the others, but how do you feel with the other clubs? What do they need to do to improve their facilities to get them up to? I'm not saying South's the greatest, but what do we need to do? How do we do that? Whose responsibility is it? All that type of stuff. How do we get a bit more equity between the boys and the girls and make it fair for everyone to?
Yeah, they certainly, like you say, there needs to be that equity. There needs to be assistance from local government for sure. and we struggle with that. We've got facilities that need updating at the football ground, and we're lucky we've got a good female change rooms, but our visitors could do with an update. And it comes down with support from local and state governments to be able to help us with that. Unfortunately, clubs run pretty close to the wire financially, so for them to go out and be able to fund something like those upgrades themselves is really difficult. But if they can get support through grants and that, then that's what needs to happen. Yeah.
Brett, back to the league, yourselves and I suppose Launceston, Scottsdale, Deloraine. Where do you see who's got the top of the pecking order there, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really close. I actually said to the girls after the Scottsdale game, after we lost last week, I said, be disappointed, but the top 4 teams I think are really close, and we saw that today. Launceston and Deloraine drew.
Okay,
right. So it's really tight, and anyone on any given day could win. So if you're off, and we hear it in the AFL all the time, if you're 1 or 2% off, then you can cough up a win. So you've got to be on every time we step out on the ground. So I think you'll find that the women's competition this year will go right down to the wire between those top 4 teams, which is great. That's what we want. We want a really competitive competition, and we've definitely got that between the top 4 teams.
And from a big picture point of view, there's a lot of press around how Deloraine and Scottsdale men are struggling at the moment. And for those 2 clubs to have their 2 women's teams up and about and challenging, that's great for those 2 clubs.
Oh, fantastic. It gives them clubs something to hang on to. And Deloraine in the men's, even though they've been beaten, have been impressive at times.
Yes.
Against us out at Deloraine, they were quite competitive, and if you took the scoreboard out of it, you wouldn't realise that South won by as much as they did.
Yeah.
So, it won't take long. If Deloraine keep going on the track they're on, that they'll pop up in the men's as well. But for their women to both be up there, that's fantastic for those clubs and gives them something to hang on to.
Absolutely. Well, Brett, the South boys are out on the ground and we'll be underway very soon. So, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Lovely. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks Brett Gillow. Great to get your insight. Brett Gillow, the South Launceston women's coach, joining us here at halftime on City Park Radio. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll set the scene here for the second half.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Go online, www.elgas.com.au.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Discover a world of wonder at Hydro Oasis. From rare and exotic plants that bring the beauty of the tropics to your home, to terrariums that create captivating miniature ecosystems, Hydro Oasis has everything a plant enthusiast could dream of. Whether you're nurturing nature indoors or exploring the future of plant care, our premium hydroponic systems make it simple to create a lush, thriving oasis of your own. Experience the perfect harmony of stunning plants and hydroponic solutions at Hydro Oasis, corner Hobart Road and Napoleon Street, Youngtown. Hydro Oasis, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
There's something new in town. A welcome breath of fresh air for you and your family. But it's not the ocean breeze. It's called HydroClean, a revolutionary new service and cleaning system for air conditioners. Without regular servicing, your air conditioner won't perform at optimum levels and becomes a breeding ground for allergens, airborne particles, bacteria and harmful spores. Are you willing to take that chance with your family? Call HydroClean on 1300 608 318 and breathe easy once again. HydroClean. Are you breathing healthy air?
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
This broadcast of NTFA football is brought to you by Elgas, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
And halftime also brought to you by our sponsors, Brew Coffee Hut, a great sponsor of City Park Radio at various venues around northern Tasmania. Thank you for your support, Brew Coffee Hut. Tony Webb has been down in the change rooms at halftime. Tony, where did you go?
I went into the Longford rooms and heard Casey Curtis talking to them. He says really not very happy with them. He feels the players are getting a bit frustrated. The level of talk is down amongst the players out on the field. The pressure is down, the tenacity is down. He's calling on them to lift in all those sort of areas. He also says, show a bit of courage, take the game on. You're not doing that, you're being more reactive. He feels credit to South Launceston. They were actually moving the ball quite well. and feels that Longford are actually a little bit luckier not to be a bit further down the bit. From the side where I was sitting with Phil Williams, turnovers in that quarter killed them. Led to at least 2 goals turnovers between the centre line and half forward, where they do 2 or 3 good ball possessions, a couple of handballs. Then mix one up. The ball was at one stage handball down to someone's ankles. South got it, kicked a goal. Ethan Huddard, as you said in your call, tried a short kick. Seemed to try and lean back without any sort of step at all. Tried to kick it 20 metres and only went about 15. Goal.
Yep.
It's little things like that. There's a lot of turnovers where South were, particularly after Longford had moved the ball about 4 or 5 different ways, short passes, handballs, then something will happen. It'll be just a miss a target, whatever. South of 30, 40 metres back where they just started that 4 or 5 chain from. So if they can eliminate some of that, they're still with a chance. They feel that it's going to be hard, but if they can get the game back to where they played last year, played the same style they played last year, play the ground they want to play here, which they haven't been doing, they feel this game's not beyond them. Could be an interesting quarter.
Tony, no injury concerns for either team?
No, not at all.
So a pretty good game from that point of view. Okay, Tony, we'll hear from you in the third quarter.
No worries.
Okay, got to be the discos coming up here, Grooves.
Yeah, we have, Tony.
We've got the ladies'
Next
function
door.
to our right. And they've cranked up the music, Max. You enjoying it?
I feel like dancing, does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like dancing.
I think the girls have well into their second or third bottle of champagne, some of them over there. They were out in the ground at half time having a kick.
Kick-a-thon or something, wasn't it?
They were.
They could launch into the biggest kick.
And Max has been down to the canteen at half time. Got himself some nice sandwiches. So
beautifully made too, by the looks of it.
We'll have to turn your microphone off as you start munching. It's half time here, and we're about to get away in the third quarter. 4:11:35, South Launceston, Longford 3:5:23. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thank you, Elgas. Umpires today, Andrew Hingston, Ollie Pye and Steve Tregurtha. The ball is in the hands of Mr. Steve Tregurtha, an old teammate of mine at St Patrick's Old Boys. A bad player. Now he's a veteran umpire, Max.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You learn something every day, don't you?
Back in the 90s. Half-forward flanker. Very skillful. Here we go. Third quarter action. 4:11:35 to 3:5:23. Out comes the footy. Taken by the big ruckman, Dugan Madden. Has to release the handball in hope. Brinkman gets there. Dispossessed. So is Munting. Now Holt takes the footy. Kicks towards half forward. Kruger gets there first. Tackled from behind. Ball is over the boundary line. So first inside 50. Dave Gruber has written down. So the quarter goes to South Launceston. Kicking into that breeze. It's a bit fluky. It's here 1 minute and not the next. A few showers over the Western Tiers in the distance. Snow showers, I would think. Out comes Madden. Handball over the top. Trying to take it was Gray. Close to the line again and over. City Park Radio next week, Saturday at UTAS Stadium. Intrastate footy. And that's the NTFA versus the NWFL from 5 to 2. From the boundary throw in. Knocked forward by Madden. Taylor can't take possession. Out of bounds once again.
Can't get it out of that half-forward flank area for South at the moment, can they? Longford need it down the other end, Dave. It's something going on here. What's going on?
I think Steve Tregurtha's raising his arm.
Yeah, I was just calling time on again, Dave.
Yes. We'll get some NTFA around the ground for you in a moment, Max, as the boundary throw in. Out to Taylor. Can't take possession. It's a scrambly first couple of minutes here this third quarter. Madden handballs it straight to his fellow ruckman in Clark Williams. Ugly kick towards half forward. Chaos footy. Coming through there is Lloyd. Taps it to himself. Bursts through. Met by Foon. Page now takes possession. Tommy Graham. Torpedo up towards attacking 50. Almost a mark there to Cocker. Might have got a clip over the ear. Umpire says play on. Jake Murfitt now. Long handball. Not sure who that was to. Grant Holt. That's who it was. And he takes it away for South. Hooks the kick with the breeze. Gets one downfield. High contact after he kicked it.
Yeah, a bit high there, Dave. Just a quick one on scores. Don't have one from Deloraine Launceston. There are no updates on their app, unfortunately, but Scottsdale 0, North Launceston 105.
Taylor kicks inside 50, looking for and finding that man Farrelly. He held it long enough, said the umpire, and he's marked 30 metres out, slightly right of centre. He kicked 2 in the second quarter and had a hand in a lot of attacking forays for the Bulldogs. Chance for his third.
And if you can add that type of extra bow to his repertoire, isn't it? Yeah, string to his bow, whatever I'm trying to say there, Dave. It's cold, I'm trying to keep warm.
Yep.
But if a small forward can lead up and grab him like that, it's just an extra thing for him to hang his hat on.
Hunter Farrelly should make the distance from 35. Sets it up on the breeze. Umpire does not move. Goal to South Launceston. And that's a pretty important goal. Start of the third quarter. 3 now for Hunter Farrelly. And he could be amongst the votes this afternoon. I don't want to preempt anything, but he's had a big influence on this game, Max Walker.
He has to date, Dave, and good worrying signs for the Tigers. Starting to step out to 20-odd points now, 18 points.
He has got a lot of good small forwards have that acceleration on the mark.
Yeah.
And when he takes off, he just gets that jump on his opponent. If the kick's good, he's going to make it work for him.
Absolutely. So, made the most of that one. Got an unusual... He doesn't seem to kick through the ball. He just guided that one through, which was interesting, kicking into that breeze, which has got up a little bit again, Dave, I think, according to the temperature.
Tom Gatenby is the match up there. He's had that task most of the day. Madden, nice tap. Gets it to Brown, who tries to do a little shimmy but can't do so. Loses control of the footy. Brinkman takes it. He's dispossessed. Now South again through Taylor. Kicks towards full forward. No one can take the mark. Still with Farrelly, who tries to get a shot and goal. Just goes off the toe for about 2 metres. That'll be a ball up. 20 metres out from South's goal. They've all the play this quarter. Sitzman of the ruck duties. Wicks, Cocker, snap on goal, misses. Grown there from Max Walker. Probably should have converted there.
Yeah, I thought so. A little bit more time than what he thought, I think.
5:13:43. In fact, I think the school will put it up straight away. So 5:12:42. It's a 3:5:23. As Murfitt, big kick on the breeze to the wing. Off hands. Taken by Kruger to Taylor. Little handball to himself. Now he gets it wider. Gee, that was good work there from Lucas getting out of trouble. Back to Taylor. He's coming back into some good form over the back. Longford player drops a mark he should have taken. Trying to get through was Arnott. Cocker. Farrelly for goal number 4. Oh, Hunter Farrelly. What a magnificent goal that is. He's kicked 4. And that was right on the boundary line. On the right foot. And that will be a nomination, Max, for Goal of the Week in Tasmania Premier League.
No doubt whatsoever, Dave. And just again, composure. Had a bit of time, but always difficult. He wasn't looking at the goal. He was running towards the fence, or heading towards the fence. So very good finish there by Hunter Farrelly. And Longford have got a bit of work to do here. They came in very confident, thinking that they can be very competitive and do well today, and at the moment things aren't going their way.
This could be the battle for third place, couldn't it? These
two
could be. Well, they're going to meet 3 times during the season.
Yep, you've got to make the most of these games, because these ones potentially are going to decide a position on the ladder.
It's only a 16-round season, so every game is really important. Casey Brown gets it to Sitzma. He kicks to half 40, looking for Bennett. Over the back, Charlesworth almost takes a fine defensive mark. Bennett picks up though. Handballs away to Taylor. Taylor's handball to a teammate under pressure. They're just nervous in possession at the moment of the Tigers. Munting now. Oh, he can't bring it away. Bennett, second opportunity. He can't pick it up. Page. Handballs to opponent there in Brinkman. Not great footy at the moment. Here's Casey Brown. Escapes a tackle from 48 out. Kicks at the goal square. And it's thumped out of bounds by Woodcock Davis. Gee, when he explodes from the contest, Casey Brown.
He does. We love watching that sort of play from C. Brown, don't we?
We do. We saw it for a lot of years there at the Blues. Premiership player. So it's deep in attack here for the Tigers. They just need one to steady themselves here. Madden, he might be the man. Tries to kick on goal himself. The Hawkins effort didn't work. Handball sideways now. Ends up there. Is that Hubbard up in attack, Max?
It is, yep. Well, nearly everyone's in attack at the moment.
That's true.
There's 32 of them. 32 of them inside centre half forward at the moment, Dave.
He is drifting back more into a defensive position now. Yes, it's a windy day footy, that's for sure. Players getting sucked up the ground. Alexander now in the ruck with Madden. Falls short. No ruckman wins a tap. Chance for Maloney. Dangerous on the boundary line. Dispossessed. Little kick out by Towns. Close to the boundary line. Still in play. Casey Brown. Munting lays a tackle. How's the umpire see it? Play on. And it'll be another ball up. Inside 50s as quarter groups.
4-1 South Launceston.
Yep, so this is the only entry the Tigers have had so far.
Yep.
Alexander does well against Madden that time, but he can't find one of his on-ballers, and it goes out of bounds.
Bit of animation on the south bench there, Dave. Not quite sure who that is. Like guy standing at the front there, Dave.
Not someone familiar to me.
No.
Might have to get one of your spies out.
Seems to be taking the reins there at the moment.
On the boundary. Throw in. Madden takes it out. He's tackled by 2 Bulldogs. Gee, they don't pay that holding the ball anymore, Max. That's a rule change in recent years, isn't it? Used to be if you were caught like that.
You were gone as a ruckman.
You were gone as a ruckman, yep. Get the ball up again. Oh, Madden just knees his opponent out of the way. Gets a kick forward. Evades Chug. Comes out now to Charlesworth. Kick towards Lucas. Traps it pretty well to Sam Lucas. Good work. Page now to Tommy Graham. They're away, the Bulldogs. Tommy Graham, look away handball to Holt. They're streaming through the middle. Holt indecisive. Does a little 360 and kicks it backwards. And they'll reset again through Tom Graham.
Good to see him getting a bit of the ball. He's been renowned or mostly played on the wing and forward pocket and all that type of thing like previous years, but an on-ball role suiting him at the moment.
Brennan Taylor from the wing. Spots up Page, who's drifted up into the middle. He's got a runner here in Logan Smith. Kick's not great. Smith will get it. The third bounce. Oh, he's tackled now. Has to handball backwards. There's Graham again. Nice handball. Finds Summers. Kicks up the wing looking for Wicks. Oh, he's dropped the mark, the young fella. Has the time to recover though. Kicks to the middle. Lucks a fortune. Finds his skipper there in Charlesworth. Charlesworth. Chip kick. Does pretty well. Finds Munting. They've got a few targets up forward here. He wants to go wide, I think. He does. Holds up Farrelly from behind this time. Couldn't take it. Jake Murphy clears the area. Bouncing ball. Who's it going to favour? Kenny Well off the ground. Gets 30 metres with the off the ground kick. Like a striker in soccer. Here's Taylor now working hard. Can't pick it up. Players fumbling. Alexander tackled. Holding the ball. So the free kick going into Taylor. Oh, now's at 50. Taylor wanted it, but umpire said no. And by Andrew Hingston. As Taylor now kicks to the goal square. Madden's there, but leading out and taking the mark. Intercept mark is Woodcock Davis.
Good matchup that, isn't it? Woodcock Davis and Madden. Couple of young up-and-comers.
Couple intercept marks already this quarter groups.
Yeah, that's Woodcock Davis' second intercept mark.
Yep.
It's the first score.
Logan Smith. Long sweeping kick. The sun's an issue now for us commentators. It's right into it. But it's Sam Lucas over there. Lucas goes wider. Gee, I've been impressed with Taylor's game. Max, you mentioned him at half-time.
Yeah, he's played very well.
Very good.
And continues to play very well.
Well, the 45 kick, risky. Getting there was Jake Murford. Contested footy now. Murford, funny old kick. Sam Graham can't pick it up. That's Curtis coming through. Hopeful kick towards half forward. A lot of Bulldogs around, and the numbers win out through Alexander. His kick to nobody in particular. Holt's up against a couple. There's Brinkman. His handballs can't find a target. Holt again involved. Munting. Gee, he's got a bit of poise, this young man. Look at that. He just didn't panic, Max. He got the kick away to Harris.
He did. Good mark by Harris. Looks infield, finds Taylor. Giving him way too much space. He could cut him apart.
I reckon he's had about 25 possessions today.
At least.
He goes a sweeping kick here towards Summers. Now Summers has a couple of targets up here. One was Freeland. He went a bit longer. Lockie Cocker. So Alexander's done a pretty good job on Lockie Cocker today, Max.
Yeah, he has. better as a backman, Alexander. Just got a bit of mail about our person that we don't know on the south bench, Toby Lucas. Thanks,
brother of Sam.
Yes, thank you very much, Michael Harris. Obviously listening to 96.5, 103.7 over there in the car. Don't be frightened to get out and enjoy the fresh air, Michael.
Son of Gavin and Kate. Used to play a bit of footy with Gavin at St Pat's Old Boys.
Mm-hmm.
The same team as Steve Trigurtha, actually. He throws the ball up. There's a connection. Clark Williams gets it to Cocker. Kicks to 30 metres out from goal. And it's a nice mark taken back there by Lloyd.
Having a history lesson here today, Groups.
Absolutely. Yeah. Macca's not here, so I've got to do my own history today. There's sideways kick now to Hubbard. He usually fills the listeners in on my 208-game career at St Pat's Old Boys. Towards the boundary line now with Alexander. So Alexander.
How many is the
taking
sub?
his time. No, we didn't have subs in those days.
No.
When I started, it was 19th and 20th man. There's kicks up the wing. Remember those days, Max? Off the back. Comes here towards Sitzma. And taking the ball there. Little kick by Bennett. Finds connection with Ben Murphy. And Holt came over the mark. And Ben Murphy. That's our third 50 today. It's going to result in a goal, I reckon. And the girls to our right are pretty happy about this.
Yes.
The Longford women's function.
He did encroach the mark. He came up and went over it. Mind you, dare I say it, Ben Murphy is not the best kick in the world.
Oh, surely he can't miss from 10 metres out. No, he's kicked it.
Look at that, straight through the middle.
So that's the first goal of the third quarter to Longford. And it's 4-5-29 to 6-12-48. 19 points the margin. We'll get some stats update from Dave Gruber.
Clearances, Longford have 6 and South Launceston have 4. Inside 50s, South Launceston have 6, and that was Longford's third for the quarter.
Okay. And not much else on the stat sheet, Mac, that Grooves to talk about there. So, that's a handy goal for Longford, Max.
Oh, it is. A much needed goal. It's taken them, 14 and a half minutes, and they've still got that breeze. You know, they need to kick. It's probably unrealistic to think it, but they need to nearly double their score for the remainder of this quarter.
Try and get it close at three-quarter time and then
absolutely.
Hang on for dear life.
Yep, they need at least another 2 or 3 and not allow South to trouble the scorer.
Rob Soud informs me now South Hobart 3-0 up against Riverside Olympic. There's Maloney now. Kicks inside 50, Mark taking Logan Smith in defence, intercept Mark. Goes wider now looking for Towns. Oh, not a great kick. Clears the head of Towns. And that'll be a win for Longford as it goes out of bounds.
Yep, and this is where they've got to set something up, Dave, and just open it up a little bit. Like you see everyone in modern day footy, they're all rolling up. Longford should be rolling back and giving them a bit of space.
Yeah, well, their key forwards have been not sided much today. Bennett and Chugg have been
Bennett's been well held.
Yep.
Oliver Chugg in his 50th has been relatively quiet.
So from the ball in, Josh Gray can't take possession. Clark Williams. It's a quick kick away. Oh, nice mark there, taken by Lloyd. Real general across half-back is Joel Lloyd. Beautiful kick to Josh Gray. They've just lifted a bit, Longford. This is a part of the game here where they can make a charge. Gray, waste no time, kick inside 50. Madden takes the mark. Big Dugan, he's drifted forward a few times today. He's kicked 2 goals. And he's a tough matchup when he goes forward, Max, even for the best in the business like Woodcock Davis.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And he's playing on a quality player, Pecky, Oliver Woodcock Davis, but he's lowered his colours a bit today, Woodcock Davis. He wasn't happy with that either. Just knew he was out positioned right from the start there.
Smart kick from Josh Gray. He didn't waste any
clever.
time. He saw the space in front of Madden.
His third mark inside 50 for Madden.
Okay, and this could be his third goal. Deegan Madden. Oh, the umpire works a little bit there, so opportunity missed. 3 goals now the difference. 4-6-30 to 6-12-48.
Got to score Evandale versus Campbelltown in Div 2. First opportunity today, so thanks whoever's decided to put the scores up there. 67 Evandale, Campbelltown 46, and that's a final score.
Tom Graham, Sam Graham. Start again. Tom Graham kicks towards the wing. Here's a chance now through Farrelly. Takes a bounce. Inside 50 looking for big Ethan Arnott. He got his hands up, couldn't take the mark. All the debutants up there. Freeland's there. Arnott's there. He's tackled to a standstill. And we'll get a ball up about 10 metres out.
Did well, those couple of South guys there. It was 2v3, just held it up. one of those unusual bounces of the oval ball, went straight up in the air and didn't benefit anybody, that one.
On the ball up. They take the ball back in, so it's going to be a secondary ball up. Tell you what, South turned defence into attack in about 10 seconds then, along that outer wing. Just shows you the breeze is not everything here at the moment. Player swung in the tackle. Longford player is caught holding the ball. And the tackler is Kruger, who emerges with the footy. Can't quite see. There's a lot of players around the body who the player was who was caught. But strong tackling. As I think a Longford player tried to escape the contest. And in doing so, I think it was Connor Alexander.
Yeah.
Yep, I think you're right. Anyway, Kruger, 10 metres out for the answering goal. Kicks the goal for South Launceston. And that is his second goal today. He one in the second, now one in the third. And that has stretched that lead out again to the Bulldogs to 24 points.
Yeah, they didn't need that, the Tigers, did they? You know, they fought really hard for 15 minutes to get that goal, and it was good play by, like you said, Gray, who belted it down Madden's throat a short while ago. But
they just took it from one end to the other, defence into attack.
Just that quick transition, and they on that occasion they probably did more with their kicking, but we've seen them being able to manage to run the ball, a bit of overlap, handball, run and carry a little bit today, South.
I know I'm pumping his tyres up. It was Hunter Farrell. He took the bounce, long kick inside 50. So backed himself in. But he's had a fine game today. Now here's Casey Curtis. He needs to lift the team. Can't pick it up. That was Tootle, I think, there. He got one high.
This is where they've got to move the ball quicker.
Caden Tootle, defensive side of the circles. Takes off. Kicks it wide. They're looking for Lloyd. Can't quite take the mark. Sitzma gets it to Lloyd. 60 metres out. Low kick is good. The mark is taken. I think that's Chug. No, it's not Chug. We'll see. It's Madden again.
Madden again.
Grooves, that's 4 marks inside 50 now. Correct?
All for Deegan Madden.
Yep. And he missed one about 2 minutes ago. This one's a tougher one. It's 45-degree angle. About 30 out.
Thought Lloyd could have backed himself there. He got in the right spot to get the handball off Sitzma, and he's a left footer and a good kick of the ball, but decided to do the team thing.
So Madden poaches the man on the mark. Great kick for goal, Deegan Madden this time, and brings it back to 18 points. 5-6-36. South Launceston 7-12-54. Deegan Madden has now kicked 2 goals today.
And they just need to be able to string another one or two, together here. Not allow South to get that quick reply. If they can get the next goal, we're 20 minutes in, so we're 18, 20 plus time on.
20 plus time on, so we've probably got a 30-minute quarter.
Yeah, so we're going to have another 7 or 8 minutes, and if Longford could keep South to not scoring a goal, and they can get a couple, it sets themselves up for an opportunity in that last.
I like young players making good decisions. Young Tootle there. He saw the opportunity to go a bit wider. He had 2 players out there. He didn't just kick it aimlessly. He had a target there, and he delivered it beautifully to Lloyd. He put it down the throat of Madden.
Yep, and you say young player, he looks like he's about 14.
Yeah, no, he's
not much of him.
Debuted this year from the under-18s. Impressive young player. High kick to nobody in the centre circle, so it's a chance for Alexander. He's caught. Casey Brown tries to kick it out. Now Sitzma. To the advantage of Gray, but getting there first with Tom Foon. Sees the ball out of play. Tom Foon's brother Jay, of course, played a game last week against Scottsdale. Remains to be seen if he can fit a few more in before the end of the year. Fine player for North Launceston back in the TSL days. Front position, Sitzma. Clark Williams wins it though. Holt gets there, can't keep it in. Right in front of us in the bright sunshine here at Longford. I think we're going to finish this game just about on sunset.
Just before the snow comes down.
Yes, I've been watching the snow clouds over the Western Tiers there. Yeah. So folks up at Myena, etc., will be getting a little bit of a dusting, I'd say. Casey Curtis caught with the ball. Here's Foon. There's a whistle on play. A high tackle back on the contest. It's going to go the way of Holt. Much to the disappointment of Casey Curtis. And the ladies in the Longford function.
Oh, he's got Mum and Nan sitting out the back here. Hey?
Two.
They're a little bit biased, Mum and Nan.
There's a mark taken there by Jake Murphy. And They're going to get 50 there. A bit late on it was Ethan Arnott. So Jake Murphy. Is he within range, Max? No, it doesn't matter. He's going to kick for the goal square anyway. Madden again. Can he take another grab? Not this time. Off hands. Taken nicely there by Graham for South Launceston. Oh, good mark, Towns.
That's a great kick.
Strong mark too, and he gets 50 for late contact as well. So he'll march to centre wing. Alex Towns, he's sprinting to his position. I reckon he'll play on here in a second. No, he's steadies now. Alex Towns. 23 minutes gone. It's Longford 36 trailing South Launceston 54. Kick towards the half forward. Off hands there of Wicks. Farrelly trails it to the boundary line.
Lloyd's been good for Longford today too.
He's such a calm presence across half-back.
He is.
Experienced player.
Yep. Yeah, missed the year, I think, a couple of years ago. He went over and played cricket in England.
Plays with Westbury Shamrocks.
Captain, I think, this year. Premiership captain.
Yep.
This year. They win the premiership.
Jason's nodding. Yep. Thumbs up. Jason Blunder, our cameraman today. One of the best in the business here. Does a great job on the camera, as they all do. We've got a lot of cameramen this year in the live streams. Farrelly now, centering kick. Morrison can't take the mark. Still a chance here for the Bulldogs. Sideways kick, Munting. Can't find a target. Casey Brown tries to emerge. Handball a bit aimless. Still a chance for the Bulldogs. That's young Summers. Might have been Harris. Number 69
Harris
there.
on the left, inside out, torpedo.
One behind, 7:14:56. Oh, gee, that scoreboard's quick.
No, they are very quick.
7:13:55.
They are very quick.
5:6:36. Just look up and it's already up there.
Nostradamus in there, I think.
Absolutely. There's Gray. Can't quite take it. Round the corner, Munting. I think we just got a text message from Matthew McGee there. I have to check that in a minute. It's out of bounds.
Wouldn't worry, Foz.
No, wouldn't worry.
Wouldn't worry.
Okay.
I've answered it.
All right, good. Yes, he's cold for Matthew today. There's a boundary throw in. Front position, Sitzma. Off the player trying to take it away there was Dakin, I think. Over the top. That's Tom Graham. His handball missed the mark. Still a contested footy deep in defence now. Comes back to Tommy Powell. Does the old-fashioned get it out of here kick, and it's going to work out all right here to Sitzma. We just can't rein it in, and it ends up out of bounds.
It's not just cold, not just too cold for Macca, I can tell you.
We're seasoned veterans. We've been on many a balcony in our commentary careers.
That's true. AFL score, Dave?
Yes.
Yep, I'll look that up for us. It looks like full time in one of them.
Okay, that's Collingwood Adelaide. We'll get in a minute. There's a short kick from Lloyd. Finds Kennywell. In fact, it was Hubbard with the kick there to Kennywell. Kennywell up the wing. Gee, it's all Bulldogs here. Front position though, Bennett made a contest of it. Footy comes to ground. Out is Curtis. Quick kick forward. Page did really well against Sam Graham. Kicks to the wing, looking for Wicks. He may just get there first. He does. Good pace there from the youngster. Wicks to half forward. Finds Kruger. Oh, that dangerous forward line, small forward combination there with Farrelly.
Look at the space in front there, though. Look at that.
Kruger towards Arnott, who just gets it inside. Gets it back. But the Longford defence are going to come away here. It's a long way away from us in that back pocket. Kick comes to the wing. Kennywell can't take the mark. Out and out a Holt. Sweeping handball. Tom Foon. It's a kick backwards. A high kick to half forward. Harris is there. But gee, that's a fine mark. Is that Lloyd again? No, it's Sitzma this time.
Sitzma.
To the boys in the long sleeves there across half back. Short kick. Finds Curtis. Curtis handballs off to the running Brown. Gets around Morrison with ease. Takes a bounce. Leans back on a kick towards half forward. The Longford forwards are well behind there. And taking an easy mark is Charlesworth.
Collingwood by 10 points. She's all over.
All over. 2 twilight games this afternoon. Will be getting underway. Kick towards the wing. Clark Williams almost took the mark. Harris, good little kick. Smart kick to Tom Graham, who takes the mark. Left half back. Tommy Graham takes his time. Kicks towards half forward. Sitzma's there. Takes a good mark in front. That's the way the umpire sees it. No. Oh, he calls it a bob each weight there in that marking contest, so it's going to be a ball up. I thought Sitzma had the front position should have been played. But anyway, out it comes now towards Munting. His little handball to Holt. Turns, left foot chip kick, getting in the way. There was Hubbard. It's out of bounds. So the game just tightening up, Max, but Longford are 19 points down there to be kicking into the breeze in the last quarter.
Yeah, they haven't been able to capitalise on the opportunities, have they? Yeah.
They just need to make maybe a late goal, might give them some hope here. As Holt, tried to escape, then he got caught high, I think. So he'll get the free kick. 2 kicks out from goal.
One here, Dave, would really hurt the Tigers.
Would indeed. Kicks to the pocket. Big Arnott from behind flies, can't mark it. Picked up as Lucas, still in play to Taylor, inside out kick towards the goal square, dangerous for the Tigers. One of their defenders caught there, Farrelly. Back to Kruger, he's tackled from behind, has to release it. Umpire lets it go a fair while, and they'll have a ball up.
Again, that was just one of those little clever Taylor kicks, wasn't it? Wasn't, inside out, just the top of the square.
Using a lot of experience there. Oh, the kick might be out of bounds on the full. It is from Casey Curtis. He was just pushed as he went to kick it, and the momentum caused the ball to go out of bounds on the full.
I reckon Hunter Farrelly just said to Sam Lucas, and you
Give
go away,
it to
Sam.
me.
I am the closest.
That's why we're retrieving the footy group. Some stats.
Inside 50s, Longford have 7 to South Launceston's 10. Clearances, Longford 10 to South Launceston 8.
Okay, so inside 50, 10 to 7. The Bulldogs' way this quarter. He's in front of the can bar there. The boys are tightly packed together, Max. I think that's trying to preserve body warmth, or is there a fire there?
No, there's a big fire there.
There's a fire there. I wonder why they're all together there. Right.
Yeah. Lovely, nice open fire pot.
There's Farrelly now from the boundary line. Sets it up, won't make the distance. Thumped through there by Lloyd for a behind. 7-14-56 to 5-6-36. The margin is 20. It was just the 2 goals at half time. So they've lengthened the lead of South Launceston. Get 3 goals, 3. 2 goals, 1 in this quarter. Yep. Comes to half-back. Taylor, his handball smothered. Chance the other way now. Munting throws off a tackler. Arnott. Handball's in close quarters there to Kruger, who picks it up now. Slams it on the boot. Nick Kruger! That's a goal! Oh, that's a bit of a dagger. Close on 3/4 time for the Bulldogs. As Nick Kruger just had a bit of space there to throw it on the boot towards the goal, and it sailed through. And nice little handball assist there from Ethan Arnott on debut. And the marginal game high, 26 points, Max Walker.
Yeah, disappointing that, isn't it, to open that up, and especially in the last minute or two of the quarter, where it just makes it that little bit more challenging for Longford.
3 goals now to Nick Kruger.
3 goals, he'd be happy with that 3 return, and he's got another quarter and a couple of minutes to go, I reckon. But need a real quick one out of the middle here, Dave.
The sun just above the horizon now, over to our right. Long shadows on the ground if you're watching the stream. Cold feet, cold everything's is from the bounce. Clark Williams did okay, but straight to Casey Curtis. Kicks to the wing. South player gets back to take the mark there as Sam Lucas. Sam goes wide. Sam Lucas, that is. Looking for a target. All Longford back there. Mark should be taken.
I think I think it's Hubbard this time. No, Lloyd again.
No, Lloyd again. Yep. He's wearing the second jumper, which gives it away a bit. Kicks towards half forward. It is a second jumper day here. Gray, this way, that away. Heavily disguised as Brinkman. Gets it to Chug. Small kick. Lands there with Sitzma. Kicks inside 50. Low there, looking for Bennett. Great ball from behind by Charlesworth. Gets towards the boundary line here now. Sam Graham can't quite pick it up. Lucas. Lovely one-header mark there to Taylor. That's a classy little effort again from Brendan Taylor. Nobody standing the mark.
No, not quite sure why he doesn't take a bit of ground
32
here.
minutes gone, probably just trying to soak up a bit of time to the siren as Toby Morrison takes the mark right in front of the scoreboard. Long way out from goal. Siren should sound at any moment here, bring the third quarter to an end. Short kick. Off hands. Getting there is Towns. Now back to Morrison, the number 22. Get close to the boundary line. And the boundary umpire says it's out of bounds on the full. See Bark Radio doubleheader next week. NTFA versus NWFL Saturday afternoon. And then we've got the Tornadoes next Saturday night. Busy day for me, Max.
Very busy day.
Absolutely.
Very busy day.
But we love it. Up here towards Graham for Longford. Can't take it. Josh Gray tackled. Now Alexander just pumps it forward close to siren time. Farrelly kicks towards goal. Needs a very friendly bounce. Won't get it. Through for a behind.
Could have been a handful for him there.
8:15, 63. 5-6, 36. Groobs inside 50s, please.
12 to South Launceston, 8 for Longford this quarter.
Okay, so had most of it. So Jake Murfitt goes long to the scoreboard side of the ground. Only as far as Lucas now. His handball for Towns missed the mark. Close to the boundary line, inside out kick. Finds its way now to Tom Foon. He goes sideways, dangerous, but good to Seb Page. Had to be strong with his hands, and he was. He goes the 45 kick. And that's Alexander over there in the shadows. 33 and a half minutes, Max. Surely the siren must go at any moment now. We haven't had a lot of goals kicked.
I think the timekeepers Lavelle and Brasendale have forgot to press the button.
Well, their fingers are frozen, one of the two.
Yes.
Out in out at Charlesworth, left half back. Chip kick to Holt. The other quarters haven't been too long.
South have moved that far too easy from one side of the ground with no pressure whatsoever. The last 6 or 7 possessions, they've had no pressure.
If you had uncontested mark stats, I'm sure they'd have twice as many today as
and they're still going.
There's a kick towards Clark Williams. Can't quite keep it in, the big fella. Sees it out of bounds. There is the siren. It's the shortest blast for siren I've heard, Max. But it was one, though. And it's three-quarter time. 8:15 at 63 South Launceston. And the Tigers 5-6, 36. So 4 goals, 4 in that quarter for the Bulldogs. The Tigers just 2 goals, 1. Your thoughts, Max? Oh, yeah, goal kickers first, sorry.
Yep, certainly. Just 3 kickers, 3 goal kickers for their 8, which is a bit unusual.
Yes.
4 to Farrelly, 3 to Kruger, and 1 to Holt. And for the home side Tigers, only multiple goal kicker is Deegan Madden. He's got 2, 1 to Ben Murfitt, Bennett, and Josh Gray.
Okay, so that's 27-point margin at three-quarter time. It's both teams going to their huddles. But, played in a pretty good spirit so far, Max. I can't think of hardly an incident of anything untoward, so that's good to see so far. And an injury-free game as well.
Yep, touch wood. Both those things of panning out
Continue.
the way that you're saying, David. Yeah, but again, South's just dominant, and I mentioned that in the last 2 or 3 minutes. They're uncontested possessions. Like Longford are just sitting back off their man, allowing them to take those. Like that's okay if you're in front, but when you're 5 goals down, or 4 goals, or whatever it is now, you've got to be able to man up, put a bit of pressure on the ball carrier, force them into a few errors, but you're not going to make them create errors if you're going to stand 10, 15 metres off your man.
Three-quarter time stats, Dave Gruber.
Hit-outs, three-quarter time. Longford have 45, South Launceston 28. Clearances, Longford 32, South Launceston 26. Inside 50s, Longford 22, South Launceston 40. Marks inside 50, 4 Longford, 9 to South Launceston. Intercept marks, Longford have 14, South Launceston 9. And free kicks, Longford have 15 and South Launceston have 21. Joel Lloyd has taken 5 intercept marks and Hubbard has taken 3 for Longford.
Okay, both fine players across half back there for the Tigers. So at three-quarter time, we'll take a break. It's South Launceston 8:15, 63, leading Longford 5-6, 36. Back in a moment here on City Park Radio and the live stream. Might just keep it here at the moment. It's three-quarter time, 8:15, 63, South Launceston, Longford 5-6, 36. And both teams in the huddle. Max, you've been looking up some scores there.
Yeah, I was, Dave. Just some final scores that I've got, and I'll just flick through what I can find here at the moment. Another miserable day for University Lions senior men. Bridport 155 to Uni 1. Evandale 67 to Campbelltown 46. So that's a couple of good wins in a row for Evandale against an improving Campbelltown every week. St Helens, or the East Coast senior men, 235 to the Meander Valley Suns 1. Perth had the bye there this week. If we look at Div 1, that was Div 2, isn't it? Div 1 men, we've got final score, Rachel Lee 116, your old club days, St Patrick's Old Boys 25. Final score, Lilydale 84, Old Launcestonian 65. No scores at all, unfortunately, on the app there for Bracknell and Old Scotch, which is disappointing. And still going down at Blue Gum Park, which is a close one. Georgetown 61, Hillwood 57. So
two great rivals, those teams as well.
It is, yeah. They played some great games against each other.
Elsewhere in the Premier League, we might check some scores there. We've got a 27-point margin here at three-quarter time.
Let's have a look. Premier League, I will look that up for us. Premier League Division Men. Unfortunately, no scores for Launceston and Deloraine on the app there, which is disappointing when there's opportunity there to do it and promote your club and all that type of stuff. North Launceston still playing down at Scottsdale, 178 to Scottsdale yet to score. And the other game there is obviously where we are at the moment, which is 36-63 in the visitors' South Launceston's favour.
So we've got Tony Webb. I've lost track of Tony. Where is he? I can't see him. Has he been out there somewhere?
He is. He's been there somewhere.
Can't just wait for some visual on him so we can get his report at three-quarter time. No. Oh, there he is. He's chatting away to Jay Blackberry.
Yeah.
There he is. He's probably getting a bit of a lowdown there on what's happening with the South Launceston Bulldogs. So next week, just repeating, we're at UTAS Stadium from 5 to 2. And at the big game there between the NTFA and NWFL. It'd be great to see that interstate footy back. We've got Tony Webb now, who's down there on the boundary. What do you got for us, Tony?
Not a lot. South are very happy with the way things are going. They had their groups, spoke a fair bit about what they've been doing right. And basically Grant Holt just said, keep doing it. We just want stoppage after stoppage, wear them down and then kick a few goals towards the end of the quarter.
Thank you very much, Tony. No injuries still?
No injuries, but I was just speaking to Jay Blackberry, who's been doing the running and a fair bit of the coaching on the side as well. He's not playing again this year. He's off overseas towards finals, so he's decided to give it away.
Longford first into attack in the last quarter. Trying to break out as Sitzma gets the handball away to Curtis, who's tackled immediately. Ball spills free. South come away now through Lucas, who's been pretty good today. One of that on-ball brigade for South Launceston. Coming out though is Lloyd in defence. Kicks to half forward, Sitzma again. Hand to it, can't take the second grab. Kick round the corner from Chugg in his 50th game. Oliver Chugg, fine goal. And just the one that Longford needed early in the last quarter. Oliver Chugg. And we saw him last week kick a goal, very similar to that, just opportunist goal. He knows where the goals are, Max Walker.
Yeah, he certainly does, and didn't have any trouble finding it at that time. I think it was just off one step, a little shimmy, and bang, round the body, about 40 out. Just didn't try and overdo it, just knew what he was doing, dribbling it through, and a really good finish, and keeps them in the game.
Sponsors on City Park Radio. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thanks also to Brew Coffee Hut, who support us here on City Park Radio. Another score from Max in a moment. We're back underway. Is there a last twist in this game as they trail now by 21 points? The Tigers, they might get another clearance here as Madden takes it. Oh, he's thrown to the ground there by Munting. We'll get another ball up. Max, what do you got for us?
I was just going to give some Premier League women's scores. Deloraine and Launceston drew today.
Yep. 14 apiece.
Yep, 14 apiece. Another stoppage here. South Launceston, the game that was here earlier, 131 defeated Longford 7. Scottsdale 78 defeated North Launceston 1.
Okay, so a couple of lopsided ones there, but interesting scoreline there from Deloraine. As now getting it from the middle is Casey Brown to Jake Murford, who's tackled straight away. It's some strong tackling in this game.
really strong tackling. I'll give you some Div 1 women in a moment, David, to our listeners.
From the ball up, out it comes out of Casey Curtis. Works it free. As the girls start singing next to us here. Beautiful pick up by Charlie Taylor. On the left foot, he's pretty deadly with that. Sets it up, chug! Can't quite take it. Still got the recovery. Gets the handball away. Clark Williams falls in the back of his opponent. And we'll have a ball up.
Just a quick one, Dave, in the Div 1 ladies. Only got one score. The other ones haven't been put up. Final score, Old Launceston 98, Meander Valley 0.
Okay. From the contest, Seb Page takes his time getting rid of it. Nice little sprawl from behind there by Wicks. Taps it straight to Maloney. Kicks inside 50. Kicks to the advantage there of Charlie Taylor. He can't pick it up. Tom Foon releases it to Taylor. Now to Graham for South Launceston. Over the top there, Tom Foon. Oh, he's tackled right in front of the can bar. And that is holding the ball against you, Tom Foon.
We should actually call it the White Tiger Bar, please,
yes,
Dave. That's
okay. That's the
old
official name.
players, the White Tigers.
No worries. Use that one from now on. I wasn't aware of that. I can see the sign now, you mention it.
Yeah.
So we've got a ball up. A boundary throw in. Left forward pocket.
Gang tackle there, great. Look,
Tigers.
Longford are up and about at the moment.
They are indeed. 3
Inside
minutes.
50s at the moment. I don't think South have had any this quarter groups.
No, they haven't, just four to Longford. Yep.
So from the boundary throw in, it's 21 points. Plenty of time left if they're good enough for the Tigers. Here's Casey Curtis, dispossessed. Tom Graham did pretty well. Sitzma kicks towards the face of goal. No one can take the mark. Loose footy. Chance here. Snap on goal. Gatenby towards goal. But it's knocked through for a behind.
It was close.
6-7-43 to 8-15-63. You listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 and via the Premier League's live stream on YouTube. Mark taken in the back pocket by Tom Graham. Kicks up the wing. Almost a mark there, but there's a push in the back. It's going to come back here to Madden. It's against Clark Williams. Gets up gingerly.
Just lost his feet, I think, and landed on him before the contest.
Madden now, been a great player today. Kicks to the teeth of goal. Sitzman's there. Can he take the mark? He can. I think he's taken the mark, Hamish Sitzma. And he'll line up now, 25 metres out. Directly in front.
Tigers are coming.
They are indeed. Battled hard today, Hamish Sitzma. Player that can play in a variety of positions. And it's one of those shots which he should convert to make the margin back to 14 points at the 5-minute mark of the last quarter. Come on, Hamish, is the call from behind us. Sitzma kicks towards goal. It's a goal to the Tigers. And they draw closer here. Within 14 points. And there's plenty of time left in this contest, Max Walker.
Lots of time, Dave. We're only early into this quarter, and good strong mark there by Sitzma. Used his body really well. At the last minute, just pushed away his opponent. Managed to take a one grab mark, and from about 40 directly in front, never looked like missing. And like I said earlier in the call, the Tigers at the moment are up and about, narrowing that margin to 14 points at the moment.
So 4:45 here on City Park Radio. Coming up after this, Reeling in the Years is our next program. But plenty of footy to enjoy just yet. As it comes out now to the Tigers, another clearance. This time it's Casey Brown who gets it to half forward. Player tackled from behind there by Smith. Illegally, says the umpire, caught high. It's another kicky to the Tigers through Gray. Gray sets it up. Sitzma once again. Can he take the mark? Yes, he can. He's taken another contested mark inside 50. There's Hamish Sitzma, who's come alive in this last quarter and could put the Tigers within 8 points. So there's no breeze at the moment, Max.
There isn't, and if there is, it's not showing it. I'm just a little bit confused about the scoreboard, Dave, to be honest. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know, they've got it up at 7 now. That's right.
So Hamish Sitzma He's a bit further out this time. Right of centre. Has he kicked it? Yes, he has. He celebrates. And Longford are within 8 points. They haven't been that close for a long time in this game. And the crowd are up and about here at the Longford Recreation Ground, and they're right into this contest now, Max Walker.
And that's about 2 in 2 minutes for Sitzma. And again, 2 really strong grabs. We've been seeing Madden all day as the focal point down there and doing it. And he swapped positions with Sitzma at the moment. Madden's gone into the ruck. Sitzma's gone deep into the forward. And so far, it's a very, very clever move by the Longford coaching group.
And they're starting to win the clearances, Max. I think that's a big difference at the moment.
5 hit-outs to 1, 5 clearances to 1, 6 inside 50s to none, all Longford's way.
Dave Gruber sells the story here at Longford. So we're set for a grandstand finish. We had a good one last week. We're in for another one here. That's all right. We've got a bit of a battle on here. I talked about there hadn't been much all day, but a bit of a scrap in the middle. South player thrown to ground.
The Jance is coming to life too, Dave, to the right.
Yes, it has indeed.
No.
It's taken its effect. Out it comes now. It's Casey Brown getting the kick forward. Josh Gray front position as he got the recovery. Coming through though nicely was Towns. Gets it to Wicks, who's tackled hard. Holding the ball, we think, but umpire says play on. Towns now tackled from behind. Who have lifted Longford Tigers. Now Casey Curtis kicks in the Sitzma direction once again, and he takes the third mark. No, I was going to say he takes the third mark for the quarter, but he just couldn't take the second grab, and then he gets an arm over the shoulder of his opponent, Tom Foon.
Just didn't seem to attack the ball that hard. Then he sort of took a little step in the middle.
Oh, they might muck it up here, South Launceston defence. Lucks a fortune, they might work it out here through Smith. Now to Cocker, who's drifted forward, he gets a high tackle. And Lockie Cocker can just relieve the pressure here for the Bulldogs. Great contest here between last year's grand finalists. I think the margin 8 points was the margin last year as well in the grand final. Cocker now from half-back. Has a target forward. Can't take the mark there, Munting. Getting it was Alexander towards Hubbard. Alexander goes in hard. Tough footy now. Alexander and Taylor lock it up. Will be a ball up.
Just looking for that first inside 50 at the moment, South. Been very well held so far in this first 10 minutes of the last quarter, David.
They need a settling goal, do the Bulldogs. Deegan Madden. And talk to me about that free kick next.
Pulled him down like Madden was trying to jump and had hold of the jumper. Good decision there by, who was it, Hingston, I think.
Yep. And it's Deegan Madden. Dominant ruckman on the ground. Kicks towards half forward. Off hands. Taylor tries to break through. Kicking it out quickly there was Charlesworth. Thumping it forward was Cocker. To Munting. His kick smothered. Taken now by Jake Murphy. Handball towards the boundary line to Taylor. Goes backwards. Ben Murphy. Awkward left foot kick. Gets a bit of distance. Holt takes a good mark. Grant Holt, the co-coach. Kick towards the centre looking for Page. We're getting there first is Bray. Breaks a tackle. Has support from Gatenby. Little fumble. Gatenby does okay. Handball over the top looking for Brown. Brown's tackled immediately by 2 Bulldogs. And it's caught holding the ball. They mucked that up, Max.
Yeah, just over finessed it a little bit then. They should have been able to clear it out of the middle there. It was 3v1 for a short period of time.
From half back, it's Harris. Long kick inside 50. Munting! Oh, the mark from behind, it's Farrelly. But unfortunately, Munting went a bit early and he's given away the free kick. It's in the hands of Deegan Madden. Takes a little 45 kick and finds Sam Graham for Longford. Goes sideways. Dakin's got it. Right half back. Kicks up the wing. Binoculars time. Far side. Off hands. Close to the boundary line. Stays in. Clark Williams there working hard. He can't take possession. And ball up.
Next goal, vital for either side, David.
Absolutely.
Got all the momentum at the moment. Kicked 3 so far this quarter, and South, what's that, 1 inside 50 now, Grooves, isn't it?
That's their first.
Yep.
Last streaks of sunshine to our left as it's kicked up the wing, looking there for Logan Smith. Off hands. Get down to Tony Webb on the boundary. What do you got, Tony?
Where Hamish Smith would kick those 2 goals, the main defender for South was on the line, boundary line here, trying to get back on.
Okay. So that might have been a factor in those couple of grabs. From full-back line now, it's Woodcock-Davis. High kick to the wing underneath the scoreboard. Front position, mark taken.
Lloyd.
That's Lloyd. It's the last streaks of sunshine here at Longford at the moment. The sun is setting. Still probably got about another 20 minutes of play left. Stay with us here on City Park Radio. Got a quick wrap up at the end. So Room of the Year's coming up. It's right half back with Tom Dwyer. Dwyer shorts up the kick. Finds a teammate there in Ben Murfitt. Ben Murfitt plays on. Gets good distance with a left foot kick towards half forward. Charlie Taylor couldn't take the mark from the spillage. Longford player tackled. Back now to Ben Murfitt. Handball to Josh Gray, who'll be under pressure from about 2-3 Bulldogs. Tackle him. And it'll be a ball up. Crowd up and about. Good atmosphere at Longford. Majority of support for the Tigers. Madden thumps it forward, but he'll get there first with Logan Smith. Handballs over the top. Only as far as Jake Murfitt. He takes possession. Throws on the left boot. Up here in the Taylor direction. Bad bounce. Falls to Tom Foon. Back to Charlesworth. Back to Foon. The boys in the long sleeves combined. Now Logan Smith. Little shimmy around. Sells some candy. Bouncing ball up the wing. Cocker couldn't take it. Josh Gray working hard. Looks for support. And he gets a kick towards Ben Murfitt, who's lifted in this last quarter. Getting a few possessions. Ben Murfitt, kick to half forward. Sitzmer again. Off hands, loose footy. Tom Foon. Handballs backwards. The advantage there of Summers. He goes wider. Finds a teammate in the back pocket. They clear it out here now towards Holt. Underneath the light towers, which are now on here at Longford, as the sun sets. Holt, left half back, just steadies things down, doesn't rush it. Then goes long down the line, down the outer wing. No one can take the mark. Quick kick, Lucas, not bad, towards the boundary line. Getting there first is Josh Gray. His kick smothered nicely by Farrelly, and it's out of bounds. Left half forward for the Bulldogs. Grooves, just a couple of quick stats, please.
Clearances 8-2 Longford's way, and inside 50s South Longford just have the 1, and Longford have had it in 9 times.
Gee, 1 inside 50 in 15 minutes. Yep. Off hands, Munting, smart handball. Nicely done here by Tom Graham. Inside out, kick towards the goal square. Chance, but nice mark. Taken there by Jake Murfitt. Jake Murfitt tries to release Dwyer. He does well. Takes a mark. Running with the flight of the ball. Has to play on now. Handballs to Dakin in defence. Back to Dwyer. Have to get rid of it quickly. Back to Dakin. They did okay there. Now to Brinkman. Won't be 15. Jake Murfitt's got it. Good handball here from the Tigers to release Casey Brown. Quick hits. Kick inside 50. Chug's there. Takes the mark. Oliver Chug. In game number 50. He kicked a good goal early in the quarter. Might be on the edge of his distance, Max.
Yeah, I would think so. I haven't, not quite sure whether he'll make the distance, but he has to, because he had 2 Longford players screaming out for it, standing in the square by themselves.
Yeah. Okay, Oliver Chug, who just crossed the paint of 50 before he delivers for goal. This is to make the margin.
Run around.
Margin 2 points. Kicks towards goal. It's always right. Might not quite make the distance. Yes, it does. One behind. 7 points. Already seen a draw today in NTFA Premier League footy out at Deloraine in the women's. Can we see another one here today? 16 minutes gone. Long kick out of defence. Mark taken in the back pocket by Foon, I think it is back there. Or is it Charlesworth? It's got it. Charlesworth delivers to Tom Graham. Right against the boundary line. Sun has officially set, Grooves.
Yep.
To our right, lovely sunset. It's harder now to see though. Light's not quite taking effect. Off hands, Munting. Quick release of the footy. Holt. Backtracks. Out of bounds.
Casey Brown dropped off a little bit the last quarter and a bit, Dave, but we've seen what he can do there.
Yes.
Bursting through the middle a minute ago.
So on the far side of Longford Recreation Ground, there's a throw in. Taken here by Taylor. Nice kick up towards half forward. Good spoil from Foon. Falls to the front of the contest. That's Wicks who gets the kick away towards Morrison. Spoiled from behind by Jake Murfitt. Back now to Towns. Worried out of his handball. He's got it now. Foon, torpedo to half forward. Chance there. Nice mark, Kruger. Nick Kruger slows things down. He's kicked a couple. Kicks to the pocket. Not a great kick. It will sail out of bounds on the full.
Murfitt boys have lifted for Longford.
They have indeed.
A really good patch of 15-20 minutes of footy by those.
Tom Dwyer kicks the defensive goal square. Alexander as a player further. And that's Jet Maloney, right half back. Short kick, does well. Marked there by Ben Murfitt. Back now to Hubbard. Hubbard sideways kick to Taylor. Taylor dashes off. He's got players over here on the wing. One of those is Lloyd.
Not making any ground though, David. They're probably at 8 possessions and still haven't gone past centre half back.
Someone's going to have to take a risk here, Max.
Yep.
Lloyd. Oh, it's not a great kick. Taylor from behind with the spoil. Brinkman can't pick it up. Woodcock Davis tackled. Ball up. Centre wing. It's 8-8-56 Longford. South Launceston 8-15-63. Nearly 19 minutes gone in this last quarter in the gloom. Taylor can't get an effective kick. Brinkman, he's tackled. Another ball up. So the last quarter went about 34 minutes. We haven't seen a lot of goals this quarter, but we didn't see a lot of goals in the third quarter either, Max.
No, we didn't.
That long quarter, so there could be a fair bit of footy to play out yet. Taylor tackled from behind. A quick wrap up at the end. Interview from Tony on the ground. Max is 3-2-1. Sure, Matthew McGee, are we listening, Max?
Oh, well, listening and watching. He'll support us 100%. He always does.
He does. Clark Williams got a bit of a tap away, but it's just staying in this one area. A lot of players around the contest. Gives a chance for groups to update a couple of stats.
Inside 50s, Longford up to 10 now. South Launceston have had 3 clearances, 9 for Longford, 3 for South Launceston. Hit-outs 10 for Longford and 3 for South Launceston.
Okay, it's out now here with Casey Brown. He's going to catch fire, as Max said. Josh Gray kicks towards the goal square, but Ollie Woodcock Davis front position. Thought he was going to take the mark, he didn't. It's going to be advantage now as Tom Foon breaks clear. Gets it to Graham. Back to Tom Foon. Great handball to Grant Holt. His handball's not so great, but Farrelly makes it go okay. Farrelly, big handball now to Page. Gee, that was a good handball, 20 metres. Page now to half forward. Here's Freeland in his first game. Back to Cocker. This way, that way. Caught. Crowd want ball. The umpire says you are holding the ball. Lockie Cocker. So Connor Alexander now with the free kick. The crowd are up and about here, Max. Great atmosphere here at Longford. Alexander up the wing. Good spoil from behind by Page, out of bounds. Been impressed with Seb Page, Max.
Yeah,
he doesn't get a million possession, but what he does well.
Yep, he does, and reads it well. Good sized body. Got some mobility about him as well. So doing a really good job today.
Bounty throw in on centre wing. Sitzma wins the tap, but it's shucked there by Munting. Now to the dangerous Farrelly. He just boots it inside out. Chaos ball inside 50. Harris is there. He might get it, the young man on debut. He's a well-built fella. He's got it. Turns. Kicks 60 out towards goal. Freeland's there. Oh, gee, that nearly carried the distance there from young Harris. But it just took a turn and went through for a behind.
Yeah, no, he's certainly a good kick, and that looked like it was going all the way too there for a short period of time, Dave. Just deviated on the bounce in the goal square.
Now from defence at half-back, Jake Murfitt's got it. Lovely kick towards Madden. Can he get it on the bounce? He's got it now. He slips over. Could be costly. Gets it to Tommy Powell. Handballs to himself. In fact, Ben Murfitt, sorry. Ben Murfitt handballs to himself. Can't pick it up. Sitzma. Taylor can't get an effective possession. Casey Curtis can. Josh Gray looks for a bit of space. Kicks it inside 50. Chugs there. Gets his hands up. Has he got the recovery? Working hard there against Summers. Lays on it now. They try and get some way clear of this congestion to Longford, but they can't, and it's going to be a ball up. So 50 metres out from the Tigers' goal. We've been playing 22 minutes. The margin is 8 points. So time's starting to become a little bit of the enemy of the Tigers.
Yeah, they just they had all the momentum for that first 15 minutes or so, Dave, and made the most of it. Kicked their 3 goals, but they just need another one in the next minute and a half, I'd say.
Second week in a row, we've got a thrilling contest here in the last quarter at the Longford Recreation Ground. Which way will it pan out? Sitzma flips it over the back. Jake Murphy. Casey Brown, kick smothered. Chance for South to come away if they can pick it up. Player tackled immediately. Ball up.
Starting to get tired now, the boys, so it's really important with those tackles, Dave, that they make them stick in the right spot. You know, not tackling high or giving away silly free kicks.
Oh, Casey Brown emerges. Long kick to the goal square. Can anyone take a mark? Off hands. It's kicked out of mid-air. That's pretty a smart play there from the South defence. Jack Maloney couldn't quite take it. Taps it. Kicks it off the ground himself. They just try and gain territory now to both teams. Handball went astray there from Foon. He follows up with a tackle. They dive in. And we're going to get a ball up. So good defence there from South. They are under pressure. They're just holding back the tide at the moment. Inside 50s, Dave Gruber.
13-4, Longford.
Well, Longford had all the play. Ben Murphy, inside 50. Over there's Sitzma. Who will it sit for here? Chard. Oliver Chard towards goal. It's bouncing. It's bouncing the wrong side. One behind. Margin 7 points. Gee, I thought that when that went off his boot, I thought that's going to sail through, but it just faded in the breeze, which is still significant here. Goodcock Davis. Kicks long. Beautiful kick. Hits the chest over there of, I think
Harris.
That's Harris, yeah. Just a bit stockier than Farrell. He was my first thought. Kicks up here in the direction of Clark Williams. Off hands from the front of the contest. The Tigers work it out, but it's intercepted there by Tom Graham. Kick up towards half forward. Front position. Young Freeland rises high. Bounces off his chest. He works hard to get a second effort there. Taylor now slung as he kicks, but it's going to land in the arms there of Tom Dwyer in defence.
Attack. If the
Goes
Tigers
the
want to win from
switch.
here.
Connor Alexander. Time clock is nearly 25 minutes. They trail by 7 points. Sam Graham, the old legs there. He tried to get to it, but he couldn't mark it. He tapped it out of bounds. They want to deliver it, but the umpire's going to throw it in. You didn't think the switch was on there, Max?
No. You've got to look.
You got to go more direct.
Well, 2 or 3 minutes to go, Dave. I think it won't go as long as what the last quarter did, 32 and a half, 33, whatever. But you've got to go up the middle if you want to win the game here.
From the tap out, Casey Curtis takes it, kicks the middle. Big Clark Williams in the way, takes the mark. He usually tries to handball, does Clark.
Yeah.
He's not the greatest kick in the world. But he's going to kick on this occasion. Inside 50, Farrelly from behind. Murphy at the front, Jake Murphy did well. Alexander now gets it to Gray, right against the boundary line. It's out of bounds. So it's 25 minutes and 40 seconds gone. South Launceston 8-16-64. Lead Longford 8-9-57. The margin is 7 points. I'd say minimum 5 minutes to play.
Minimum.
I still reckon I'll go over 30.
Okay.
Got your doubts? We'll see. There's a tackle laid there on Longford player, so there'll be a ball up right on attacking 50 for South Launceston. Deegan Madden wins the tap. Cruising past his gate, and can he pick it up? He can, the youngster. Scrambles a kick forward. It's on centre wing now. Woodcock Davis has clean bowl. Toodle comes through, can't pick it up. Tied players now. Here's a chance for Dakin. Handballs to Brown, don't argue, but he's gone. Tried to take it on there. I think that was Casey Brown, Max. It's getting harder to see here.
Oh, and 50.
Is it 50 as well? For the argument? No, so it's at half forward. Kruger throws on the boot, looks for his partner in crime, Farrelly, who marks a long way out. I think he's going to feign a shot here just to soak up a bit of time. The man on the mark, Groups. Can we see the 50 over there?
Not quite, but it must be just on it.
Yep.
I'll tell you what's going to happen here. He's going to run towards the man on the mark, head infield, and try and run around him and kick a goal.
Okay, Max, the clairvoyant. Hunter Farrelly, he's kicked 4 today. 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Underneath the light tower, Western Tears in the background. For our viewers, here he goes. Kicks towards goal. Has it got the journey? It has, but it's near. Probably a handy point because it puts it out now to 8 points. So Longford probably certainly need now a couple of goals instead of a goal and a point. They have to move it quickly. It's in the back pocket. Hard now to see on that far side. We'll do our best here on City Park Radio. Off hands. Little kick towards half forward. It's marked by Taylor. Bit of attention from behind. And yes, come with me, says umpire Hingston.
Yep, every day of the week.
Yeah, just head contact late, Max, wasn't it?
Oh, look, it was always going to happen. Always going to happen. He was committed, but he wasn't committed to do what he did do.
Some of the patrons on the far side have got their car lights on now, Max. It actually makes it harder to see, but anyway.
They've just turned it on, Dave, to turn the heater on.
Probably. Anyway, we've got Brendan Taylor, who's now 15 metres out, directly in front.
Short 50.
And I'd say this would definitely put it beyond doubt. Here's Brendan Taylor for South Launceston. Kicks the sealer for the Bulldogs. They're out now to 14 points at the 28-minute mark. And that's the one they were looking for, the Bulldogs, just to give them that extra distance. That's his first for today. And just showing a bit of experience there, Brendan Taylor.
Yeah, just unnecessary to make that physical contact there, I thought. I think it was one of the younger guys who will learn from a little bit about that. But, they didn't die wondering today, the Tigers. We know it's not over yet, and you said they'd go 30-odd minutes, but 3 goals now makes it pretty damn hard to come back from there.
Freo up over GWS, which is a bit of a surprise at the moment.
Yep.
Up there at Western Sydney. It's from the tap. Madden won it. They need a goal straight away to have any remote chance to do Longford. Here comes Madden. Gets it away to Brown. Gets through. Kicks towards goal square. Hamish Sitzma's there again. Takes the mark.
Got to move.
He gets back quickly. He's kicked a couple in this quarter, Max.
Yep.
Hamish Sitzma. He's gone deep forward and been fantastic in this last quarter. So Sitzma, 45-degree angle, 35 out, kicks to goal. Yes, he does. That's a handy one for Longford. 30 minutes about to tick over on the clock. It's back to 8 points. 3 goals for Hamish Sitzma in this last quarter. And he's a guy that can play in a variety of positions, but, gee, he's playing well deep forward, Max.
Yeah, he didn't do overly well in the ruck to start with when he was bouncing about in there, but he certainly set him alight in this final quarter. He's kicked 3 and certainly made the most of every opportunity that's come his way, taken a couple of really strong marks, and also had that one where he got away from his opponent a little bit there. And like I said, the result of 3 goals is a good return for 1 quarter.
30 minutes gone. Lights taking effect here. The late 2:30 start from the boundary, the ball up. It's taken away as Madden. Now to Gray. Another chance here for Longford. Another quick mark and goal. No.
He's being held.
Yes, Sitzma again. He's being held by the arm, said the umpire.
He got cramped, Dave, as he ran in to kick that last one, I think. So let's just hope. You see he's stretching his leg a little bit there.
Free kick against Woodcock Davis for holding in the marking contest. This time he's about 45 out, directly in front. This to bring the margin back to 2. Late in the quarter, Hamish Sitzma kicks towards goal. It's fading away. 1 behind. 7 points the margin. 31 and a half minutes gone. I told you there'd be 5 more, Max. You doubted me.
You did.
You doubted me at the time.
Oh, never doubt the captain of the commentary team.
Out comes Seb Page, I think it is. And there it is. There's the siren. Victory here by 7 points to South Launceston. And a great encounter. Fantastic comeback by the Tigers in the last quarter after they trailed by 27 points. But in the end, South Launceston did the groundwork early in the game and have taken out this round 5 encounter at the Longford Recreation Ground by 7 points. 9-17-71, defeating Longford 9-10-64.
26 shots, Dave, to 19. So that sort of tells a little bit of the story early on for the first 3 quarters, doesn't it? I won't say they were dominant, South, but it just didn't look like they were not going to lose it for those first 3 quarters. They were always playing a bit better style of footy. I'll go through the goal scorers for South. Again, still only 4 goal kickers in a winning team, which is a bit... you don't see a lot of that, Dave. So Hunter Farrelly, he ended up with 4. Kruger, 3. Brendan Taylor, 1. And Holt, 1.
3 of those goals, Max, from 50-metre penalties.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So true. So, a couple of those, if they weren't that, could have been the difference in the game. But
Longford goal kickers?
Yep, Longford goal kickers. 2 multiple kickers. Sitzma finished the day with 3, all in the last quarter. Madden 2, Gray 1, Bennett 1, Murfitt 1, and Ollie Chugg 1. Just getting goodbyes from the Curtis family here down to the club room. So hope you've had a good day, ladies.
And we've got, I think, an interview down there with Grant Holt, with Tony Webb, the co-coach. Grant Holt.
Hello, Grant. Thanks very much for joining us on City Park Radio. Well, they came at you in that last quarter, didn't they?
Game. We were expecting that. Considering what happened last year, we thought, we knew we had to play full 4 quarters. It wasn't quite 4 quarters, but we got there in the end. But, it was closer.
Yeah, and the big fella down up forward for them, Hamish Sitzman, 4 in their last quarter, would have caused a few troubles. Although I noticed Ollie Woodcock-Davis was off for 2 of those goals earlier in the quarter.
Yeah, no, we're there. Told Timbers, Sitzman and Deegan definitely put us to work, especially that whole game. Deegan second and third, and then Sitzman last quarter. But Becker's got a bit to learn to do. He'll be right though. He's a good player offensively. He just needs to work on his defensive side of things.
And what do you take out of this game yourself, in terms of the coaching? You said at 3-quarter time you wanted a lot of stoppages. You certainly got that quarter. What would you say were the positives for South Launceston out of that?
I thought we used the ground well. When first quarter, we didn't really play the way we wanted to in terms of going towards the last end of the quarter, but we just started to smarten up a bit in terms of how we wanted to move the footy in late stages of the game and lock it up, because we knew they were going to come and that they were going to keep coming, and they did, but we just found a way to get the job done, which was good and pleasing for the young boys.
Yeah, well, it's now your own game. We can just walk forward a bit if you like. Your own game, you've got a fair bit of it. A few runs there too.
Oh, yeah, a few kicks. I feel as though I'm probably the fittest I've been playing footy in a while, and good to get on the scoreboard. But it was a team effort, and I can't do it without these boys. So it was a good team effort, and they give me the footy, so I'll try to use it the best I can.
Very good. Thanks very much for talking to us, Tom. Grant, and good luck for next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you much there, Tony Webb on the boundary day. Great job as per usual. Thanks to Grant Holt. We're going to go pretty quickly, Max, because we've got our next program to get to real in the year. So might go straight to your 3-2-1 if that's possible.
Yep, sure. Look, I found it very difficult today, Dave, because there was no real standout player from either side who was over and above everyone else on the ground. So I am going to go. I'm going to go 1 vote Joel Lloyd. 2 votes, Deegan Madden.
Yep.
And I'm going to give 3 to the leading goal kicker on the ground, and certainly the best small forward for the day in number 21 for the Bulldogs, Hunter Farrelly.
Thank you very much, Max. 1 to Joel Lloyd, 2 to Deegan Madden, 1 to Hunter Farrelly. Groobs, your stats quickly before we head off.
Yeah, it's Longford 61, South Launceston 31. Clearances, Longford 48 to South Launceston 30. Inside 50s, South Launceston had 47 to Longford's 38. Marks inside 50, Longford 8, South Launceston 9. Intercept marks 17 for Longford, 11 for South Launceston, and free kicks ended up with 26 for South Launceston and 23 for Longford.
Thank you very much, Dave Gruber. Max, we'll see you in a couple of weeks at York Park, North and Longford.
Yep, Friday night, May
30th.
Yeah, so get along. Longford are on the improve. We know north of the benchmark, but if you're listening and you want to do something on a Friday night, come out to York Park or UTAS Stadium, and watch what we hope will be a good game of footy.
And next week we're at the Utah Stadium again for the NTFA versus NWFL clash. Groups, thanks to you.
Yep, no worries, Dave. We'll see you next week.
No worries. Thanks to Jason on the camera today. Great job. Thanks to Tony on the boundary. Thanks to Chris Ball in the studio for getting us to air this afternoon. Stand by now on City Park Radio for the next program, Real in the Years. The final score here, South Launceston 9-17-71, defeated Longford 9-10-64. Bye for now.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11.